Hello, chat. Welcome, everybody, to what may go down in history as the greatest stream of all time. Tonight, I am joined by the illustrious, Oscar not nominated film editor, Urban Venture. Say hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Can you guys all hear Urban?
What's the levels like? How we doing?
I mean, it looks yellow to me. It's probably
cool.
fine. Oh,
Good stuff.
we're getting dropped frames, so that's interesting. I'm not even doing anything. All right, I think it fixed itself.
Yeah. If it's occasionally does the little ones, but that's it.
All right. Let's get the music turned down just a little bit. So tonight, me and Urban will be going head to head in a cage match. That's not true. We're just going to be looking at weird internet stuff, same as every other Tuesday. As we all know, Possibly an Alien is very busy this time of year, so we've got special guests. I've been informed by my producer that we'll be having Emmykins on the show sometime in the near future.
Ooh.
Oh yes, it will be good. So here's me. Hello, everyone. This is me on camera. Hope you guys are enjoying the wonderful art. The cut-off political cartoon back there. All right. Emmykin says she can hear us. I trust her judgment. So, do we want to start? I have a few things to go, but I was mostly going to lean on Urban tonight, who may or may not have some interesting things for us to look at. So Urban, you want to drop the first link and we can get started from there?
Yeah, I'll send this through. So I'll see what you think of this.
All right.
I can let you load it up a little bit, and then I'll I'll give some explanation.
Well, I'm already not sure about this one, but let's load it up. It appears to be a YouTube video. Oh, we're getting an ad. Let me mute that real quick. That's unusual. I shouldn't be getting ads.
While you're loading it, I'll let people know. So this, I was trying to come up with, you were saying like weird videos and weird parts of the internet.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the sort of weird stuff that we used to look at film school.
Oh.
So this is I couldn't find any of the exact ones. I think a lot of the creators have shut down their channels, but this was very much in the kind of essence of that. We don't need to watch the whole thing, but I feel like you can get a taste.
All right. Let me load this in here. Let's check it out. We got weird film student video starting off. Let me switch over here. All right, here we go. It's called Earth and Moon. So speaking of Earths and moons, I guess this is pretty appropriate. So let's take a look here. Let me turn off the music. Interesting. Bouncing around. All right. Okay. So these people represent the Earth and the Moon, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, it's very up for an interpretation kind of thing, I guess.
Sure. That that's very suggestive. I guess that's appropriate for a film student. Oh boy.
Yep. Yep.
Nom, nom, nom. Boy, we gotta get this. Oh wow. Well, we're starting off strong, I think.
And I kind of looked at it through to check it was safe. I think it should be.
Sure, yeah. This is. I mean, it's,
you can
it's
cut the
very
tape if
abstract.
Yeah. Yeah, this is very much on par with the sort of stuff we used to watch.
So this is stuff that you guys made, or like a student would have made?
It was just the classic sort of memes we would share. Like these are like cinema 4D renders.
Okay,
but
okay.
It's the kind of artistic nature of them. You'll see towards the end, especially.
Yeah.
It goes through some levels.
Like this is yeah, we're way past the Earth and the Moon at this point.
Yeah, or are we? Maybe.
Oh my.
You know. Yeah, this was the bit I wasn't sure about, but
I think it's probably fine.
Yeah, it's brief at least.
And then we're back in the pond.
Yeah, and now
with the weird vomit thing. Man, this is like. First of all, it takes incredible talent to. Yeah. First of all, you have to have an idea, and then you have to be able to put that to the screen.
Yeah, and I think that's like, so you can look at through the thumbnails of this channel. This is, I think, the same channel that we used to watch, just a lot of the original stuff, because that's 2017. So
okay.
But I think what it is it seems incredibly kind of janky and like thrown together, but actually the skill involved to do that is incredibly high. So yeah, something about that.
This is giving me like Team Fortress Machinima vibes.
Yeah.
Like some of that goofy stuff you might see, but it's very abstract. It's very weird. Like here's the spider that we saw. This almost looks like just somebody took a picture of a room. Yeah.
And
like
it's the artistic thing of like, so the spider's there and he's being attacked, he's been held by the stomach or whatever, and then you see that come back around in a minute. It's like, that is actually, if you ever sit and watch short films, what they always have, that kind of foreshadowing and stuff.
Yeah.
So it has a really kind of artistic vibe to it.
We've got some little Earth fellas in the back just kind of watching.
Yeah, and that same imagery again, it's definitely something.
Yeah, that's good. That's high praise coming from Urban. It's definitely something. So what do you guys think? Is this a smash or a pass? What do we think?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what is going on?
I mean, this
here?
scene in particular.
Definitely I think the spider definitely went smash.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like, what the heck? All right, let's
Luke
see. So
smash.
we have the Earth baby. So at the beginning, I guess we can kind of go through the scenes here. We have Earthman and Moonman and Earthwoman, and then for some reason they interact.
Yeah,
I guess it represents gravity. I don't know what the giant birds are supposed to symbolize.
Yeah, or the kind of soup that they're in around them.
Yeah, it's the primordial soup, the tastiest. Wait, are we talking about Urban or the video? You know what? It's up to interpretation.
Little column A, little column B.
So this part right here reminds me of that film that just recently came out called Moonfall.
Yeah,
where the moon
exactly.
attacks the Earth. Although clearly this is not to scale. The moon is much smaller than the Earth.
Which is one of the interesting things, right? Is that, you know, they've chosen to make the moon the kind of the bigger character in it.
Yeah. Emmykin says, after last week, I don't think anything is a pass.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so that was interesting. That was a good way to start this stream.
Yeah.
Definitely film student vibes.
Yeah.
Or someone who is extraordinarily creative. There's actually a fun series that we could watch at some point in the future. Since you're a film guy. I'd have to try to remember what it's called. but it's basically a short. It's a collection of shorts, but they all kind of string together and form a narrative.
Okay.
And I don't know how long it is. It'd be like a full stream type thing, but it's something we could definitely check out if you're into this surrealist art type stuff.
Yeah, I mean this is the sort of thing. So like I was saying, me and my friends would kind of share these types of videos, and we'd be like, "Look at this, it's crazy," but at the same time, it's kind of beautiful.
Well,
But
yeah.
then yeah, they would also kind of just show you things like this. I mean, not normally the cinema 4D craziness, but certainly just like get you to watch a series of short films and be like, "What do you make of that? Like, what do you think this represents and stuff?" So it does kind of fit that. It just reminds me of exactly the sort of stuff I was watching when I was at film school.
All right, all right. So, were you around when me and Alien watched YouTube videos?
Yeah, I caught a bit
you
of
caught
the.
a few of the. Did you catch the more surreal one, where the guys have the drugs in the car and they had to like throw them out? Okay, so stuff like that.
Yeah, totally. And that was like some of the stuff I was looking at, but I wanted to find the most kind of surreal I could first, because we definitely had like the meme videos, and like you saying the Team Fortress 2 stuff.
Yeah,
that was exactly the kind of stuff we started with. But this stuff was just always the funniest, because you're like, what the hell is that?
Let's all wish Rogue Luke a wonderful evening. Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good one, Luke.
I'm sure
tomorrow,
this
hopefully.
is the weirdest we're gonna get, so don't worry, you're not missing anything. All right, this Earth baby emote potential.
Yeah, could be.
No, I'm already out of emote slots, and I still have to put in the Star Chat this weekend.
But you got the follower ones coming at some point.
That's true. Once those unlock, I'll have a couple more emote slots. All right. So this was your selection to start us off with. Why don't we head over to mine? This is called, the video is called Forgy 2000 Part 5. Ignore that.
Yeah.
We're just going to call it Froggy Song. We're only going to watch maybe about a minute of this. But everybody brace yourselves. We'll stop the torture there. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, do you know what? In the middle of that, I had to check my audio, because I was like, "Is that the actual sound? Is it actually that distorted?"
It's intentionally crusty, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. It's very distorted. There's a lot. I don't know how this was recorded. Like, I don't know anything about this. I just know that it's ridiculous. Somebody put a lot of effort into this. Like, it's actual animation. It's 2D animation. They've got music.
Yeah, I want to know about the effect on top of it, though, the kind of VHS effect, because that's what the audio sounds like as well. It sounds like old VHS that's kind of been wound around too many times.
Like analog horror almost.
Exactly, yeah. So that was what I was trying to work out. I was like, is that like an intentional art choice, or is it just they found this tape that was that close to death?
I think this is pretty recent, or I guess it's from 2012, so I guess I mean, I guess it could go either way. We could look into it, or we could just leave it a mystery.
Yeah, I kind of like the mystery of it in a way, but it definitely gives me what's the series with the rabbits?
The Animals of Farlingwood.
Watership Down.
Oh, the other one. Okay.
Yeah, that kind of like, it's slightly on the edge of cute and creepy at the same time.
They're realistic depictions of animals, but they have like more human expressions.
Yeah, and I was trying to work out the frames. It must be like 4 or 5 looping. There's not many in there. Oh, it does actually shift a little bit. Wow, the art style gets quite cartoony.
So, we got this one. Hang on, we gotta see this. Oh, we missed the teeth. You got to get the teeth. So it says part 5. I don't know if it's actually part 5 or if that's just like you know, a joke. Like I said, we're not going to look too much into the history or like where this came from because that would ruin it. And we got to go frame by frame here. We got to see the teeth, the froggy teeth, everyone. Oh, here it comes. We're getting there. There it is. Look at that.
Nice.
Look at it. Look at
With
it.
the green gums.
Yeah, just the weirdest. Yeah. So this animation is weird. The song is weird. There's a lot of frogs, all kinds of. I don't know like what the plot of this is.
Yeah.
It almost seems like a Yellow Submarine style adventure, like very surreal again, more surrealist stuff. Because these guys are a little more prominent at the beginning. They're like riding this this chameleon, I think it is, and they're talking to each other. So I don't know if it's supposed to be some kind of drug trip or something, but you know, that's besides the point.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me. Have you ever read that creepypasta that's about the kids remembering a show and they kind of all?
Yeah. The
it's like one of the most famous
like
ones.
Candlelight Cove or whatever, or Candlekeep Cove, something like that. Yeah,
it's like sort of.
Yeah.
I think under the right circumstances, you could convince me I'd had watched this before as a kid. Like
this
it's
was
that
huge
kind of.
on the. It showed on the BBC. Everybody knew about this.
Exactly.
Right, yeah. So when you mentioned the movie with the animals, and I said Animals of Farthingwood, have you seen that? Are you familiar with that series?
I feel like you might have to show me a picture of it. I feel like I'm going to recognize it more.
We can look up a picture. Let me go to my other window here.
Sounds very familiar.
Wouldn't want to, you know, get something on the screen again. All right, here we go. Open link. So that is these guys right here.
Okay, yeah.
So Mr. Badger, Mr. Fox, and then all the other critters.
Yeah,
Mr.
I feel like
Owl.
I might like maybe watched it really, really young. It seems like
it's a pretty old series, I think. Maybe like late 80s. So you know, if you're growing up in the late 90s.
Yeah.
Sure, you might have seen it. All right. Oh, what's this?
Very familiar.
Gardic phone? All right, don't worry guys. Gardic phone is coming once we have some more people in here. We're just rolling with it. So do you have another link you would like to share?
Yeah, and actually it's gonna be quite a nice segue, I think, with the VHS style and talking about 90s stuff. Let me show you this. So you may have seen this, I'm not sure. They're a big YouTube channel, but I thought this was just one that
okay. All right.
I thought nostalgia vibes. Certainly.
So this video is titled. Oh, okay. No, I don't want to go to Discord. Hang on. I'm bungling it, guys. I need to highlight the link, copy the link, and paste the link. All right. So this is called Every 90s Commercial Ever. This is from Rocket Jump. Apparently holy crap, a very large channel.
Yeah, they're like a huge. This again is the sort of thing we were watching. They're like one of the first ever Kickstarters kind of stuff. But this is one of their most abstract videos that I always used to love.
Abstract, you say? Okay, well let's see how abstract this really is.
Guys, Cody and the gang are at the park playing football with Down Darius Jackson. Let's go!
Yep. All right.
You're not going anywhere. Without your big game liquid slam.
Excellent!
So this is some Capri Sun vibes, obviously.
Yeah, and the grade and everything.
And then they turn into the. I mean, this is just an actual Capri Sun commercial at this point.
Yeah, what's crazy is this is like made in 2015.
This one's going downtown. Whoa!
Whoa!
Uh-oh.
No, they're full team. Yeah.
Liquid
Are they melding together?
Slam.
Oh, yep, there they sure are.
There you go.
Yeah, so we've got some Cronenberg stuff going on here.
Jesus Christ!
We gotta go.
Suddenly becoming very Stranger Things.
Come on!
Tough day, kids? Well, I've got just the thing. How about some big game pizza pig skins?
Oh yeah, pizza rolls. Totino's pizza rolls.
Touchdown, Mrs. D.
Oh no. Oh wait, the amalgamation is returned.
Let's go bring it back. But yeah, it's just spot on because it just totally feels like those commercials, especially like that end shot with the product in the foreground.
You've got the blur on the back with the product in the foreground. So Emmykins, as someone who has a tendency to watch old commercials and horror movies, she can feel this. So she is enjoying this one.
Yeah. Yeah, and I always remember the way that it was like with 90s commercials, there would be some sort of slime or goo or something like that. There was always that kind of energy in those vibes. So I think they just got it spot on.
For sure. I mean, we could just watch a Capri Sun commercial and compare.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be surprisingly close, I guess.
Let's see here. So this is an actual Capri Sun commercial from the 90s. Let me get it over here.
Oh, I like this.
We have to get through the ad quickly. All right, here we are. So yeah, we've got the liquid. They're kind of showing up. They're not a horrible Cronenberg monster, but it's mono. It sounds mono to me. It's coming through the left side. There they are. They drink the Capri Sun, and then there they go.
It's got that kind of Terminator look as well with the
like the T. Is it the 2000 that has the liquid metal?
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't seen those movies. I know, it's embarrassing. How can such an old man never have seen Terminator? Well, let me tell you, it's very easy when you don't watch a lot of movies.
That's not where you would start anyway, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess it's my turn.
Yeah. Interesting to see.
So are you familiar with My Immortal?
Don't think so.
Okay, so you have no idea what this is. That's perfect.
No.
So we're just gonna read chapter 1 here. I'll read it because I know you. You're not a big reader.
Yeah, that's it.
So the name of this is My Immortal, chapter 1, author's note. Special thanks, get it, cause I'm gothic, to my GF, ew, not in that way, Raven, Bloody Tears 666, for helping me with the story and spelling. You rock. Justin, you're the love of my depressing life. You rock too. MCR rocks. X. Emmykins has to go grab her wine. We're only going to read the first chapter.
What's coming.
Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name. With purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back and icy blue eyes like limpid tears, and a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Author's note, if you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them. Hey, Ebony, shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. What's up, Draco? I asked. Nothing, he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me, and I had to go away. Author's note. Is it good? Please tell me. Fangs. Actually, I think that's on chapter 2. But that's okay. So that's chapter 1.
Okay.
I guess that's considered a chapter in the fan fiction community.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with Harry Potter, I assume, or you at least like
totally.
have a passing familiarity with it.
Yeah, no,
but
definitely.
I think we all kind of know that there's a big fan fiction community,
sure,
kind of built around Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I know somebody who was very into the Harry Potter fan fiction community.
Oh yeah.
I think we can, I guess, start with her name. Her name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway.
Yeah. Yeah. There's layers there.
Yeah. She got her name from her long ebony black hair, which I guess she had black hair when she was born, which is also long somehow. I guess, you know, some babies are born with hair with purple streaks and red tips. So very
cool.
mid 2000s look.
Yeah.
She has icy blue eyes like Limpid Tears. I don't know if Limpid Tears is a band or something. Are you familiar with Limpid Tears?
No, I didn't know if that was a like adjective or not.
Yeah, is that a color? I don't know. And a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. Are you familiar with Amy Lee?
No, but if I'm not, I have to get out, don't I?
It's true, yeah. So we're actually going to have to leave this window here shortly. Amy Lee is the lead singer of Evanescence, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I know.
And then she is not related to Gerard Way. Do you know who Gerard Way is?
Yeah, My Chemical Romance.
That's okay. So you know that one. So maybe that buys you back some points to stick around.
Yeah.
She's a vampire, but her teeth are straight and white. So she doesn't have fangs, I guess. She has pale white skin. That's pretty par for a vampire. She's a witch that goes to a magic school called Hogwarts in England. So let me ask you this. As a huge Harry Potter fan, is Hogwarts in England?
Yeah, I mean, it's they make it look like it's up in Scotland somewhere,
yeah,
but
it's not in England, it's in Scotland.
Yeah.
So it's in the UK, but it's not in England. I guess it's magical. It could just move around if it really wanted to.
Yeah, I guess they never addressed that, if it's like hiding somewhere deep in the wilderness or if it literally is like on the underside of the country.
Muggles
or
ever
something.
show up like going camping and they're like, oh wow, there's a giant castle out here. I never heard about that.
Actually, I think they do talk about that, don't they? That people kind of have to like turn around when they get near. They kind of they get confused and leave or something.
Okay. They got some Narnia vibes there.
Yeah.
All right. So she's a goth and wears mostly black.
Sure.
But she also loves Hot Topic and buys all her clothes from there. Of course, everybody knows about the famous Hogwarts Hot Topic, or there's one in Hogsmeade, I believe. There's a Hot Topic.
I want to see that so bad. That's the first illustration I want for the fan fiction.
Yeah,
it's just Hot Topic.
You show up, you go to Hogsmeade, and there's like a Hot Topic, and there's like an Orange Julius across the street. It's great. Hogsmeade is just a mall. And then she goes into a very in-depth conversation about what she's wearing: a black corset with matching lace, and a black leather miniskirt. So that's black. All right. Pink fishnets and black combat boots. So she doesn't mention wearing a shirt. I guess the corset is meant to be the top.
True. Yeah.
And then wearing black lipstick, white foundation. So she kind of looks like a mime, I guess.
Yeah, that emo kind of look, right? Or
I don't know. Black
I can see it though.
Okay, so I always confuse these two. What is the difference between eyeliner, eyeshadow, and mascara?
Oh man, you put me on the spot there.
I know you're a big makeup guy.
Eyeliner actually goes on the tiny bit, but like, what's the way to describe that? On your actual lower eyelid, right? Kind of on that little line.
That sounds painful.
It's incredibly close to your eyeball.
Yeah, that just seems dangerous.
Eyeshadow goes under your brow, right? And then what was the other one?
Oh, like up on the top. And then mascara goes on your eyelashes.
That's it, yeah.
That would be my work.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of
but if you want Draco to notice you, then
True, yeah.
You gotta go for it.
Which Draco does notice her, but then he says nothing because Draco is well known as a very shy, not very outspoken character in the Harry Potter books.
Yeah, he wouldn't say anything out of turn, right?
Yeah, I mean, he would never, shout at someone and then kind of, get into a loud conversation with them in the courtyard or whatever.
Exactly.
So an interesting thing about a lot of these fan fictions is that they have the characters from the original work, but they're often very differently characterized. So in this case, we have Draco being very shy. I don't know how deep we want to get into this, but eventually Harry Potter shows up, except now Harry Potter is a goth, so he changed his name to Vampire.
Oh, okay.
And then we have Bloody Mary, who I don't even know who that is.
I guess it's like Moaning Myrtle or something like that.
Yeah,
Kind of ghost or
I don't
something.
think she's a
Yeah.
ghost though. I have no idea. I haven't read the whole thing. I'll put the music back on. Emikin searched limpid tears resulted in a deviant art profile, artificial tears, and links to My Immortal. Okay, well,
Oh, okay.
I guess it just loops back on itself then, huh?
Oh my! It's actually like a touchstone. It's created
Yeah.
a new thing.
We now know what limpid tears is. All right, so that's the first chapter of My Immortal. Viewers, go check that out if you are so inclined. It's going to be great.
I want to know if it gets more into the story or more into the asking questions to the reader. Like, do you think this is good? Like, still 20 chapters in, are we getting questions like that? That's what I want to know.
Oh, well, you know what? Yeah. I don't want to like spoil the whole thing, but it gets a little weird. And
Okay.
like stuff starts to happen. It's hard to describe without kind of spoiling the.
Is it kind of like those Phantom Menace reviews where there's like a meta story going on?
Oh, the Red Letter Media one.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. There's like a meta story in the author's notes that happens while the actual fan fiction is taking place.
Yeah, see, that technically is good writing, right? To make time for your side story, you know, keep people bouncing between the two, that kind of thing.
Honestly, this is like the most popular, most well-known Harry Potter fan fiction.
Oh.
So that kind of, I don't know, like it's almost like a sideshow. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I wrote this bad fan fiction, but there's also a meta story going on.
Yeah, I like it. It's like we were talking about The Room. It's that, you know, you can't really say it's bad, but you can't really say it's good either.
Yeah, like it's not a great movie, but you know what? You'll have a good time watching it probably.
Yeah.
If you go in kind of expecting it to be differently good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the best way I
and
can
like,
describe it.
or challengingly bad, sort of like
Yeah,
make you
like,
think what is a
ooh.
bad movie.
Yikes. Why did he say his line like that?
Yeah.
Why is there a random sex scene in here? Nobody knows.
Nope.
All right, you got more videos for us?
Yeah, actually, again,
All right.
I seem to have predicted the flow because I have one that's gonna
Is this
gonna
a Harry
fit
Potter one?
perfectly. It's not Harry Potter.
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's more goth vibes.
Oh, I know this guy.
Oh, you know it. I was wondering
no,
if this,
I haven't seen this one, but I know the guy. I've seen him in other stuff before.
Yeah, this is like my favorite of the kind of memes that has been thrown back around.
All right, let me pause the music here.
Of an 8-foot-tall
Oh.
bronze statue of a goat-headed Satan. Most of the people here agree with the teachings of the Satanic Temple, the group responsible for the event.
It's here, it's in Detroit, and this is fantastic that like we get to experience this and we get to see this amazing statue be unveiled for all the world to see.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see my Lord and Savior
Yeah.
Baphomet represented
This guy.
in such glorious Italian stone. I do hope his eyes gaze
It just
upon
gets
me,
better
and that
though.
my
I
allegiance
hadn't
is
seen the whole thing.
recognized.
Or do you know who this guy is?
Notice me, senpai.
I've seen his other
Notice
stuff a
me.
little
Okay,
bit.
okay.
Protesters took the heavy rainfall as some sort of sign and even brought their own statue of an angel crushing the devil.
Part of me wishes that angel statue would come to life, and King Baphomet would rise, and two eternal juggernauts would do battle right
King
here in the
Akira's
middle of
here.
the city.
Hello, King
But
Akira.
what is this battle
King.
raging, you
How's it going,
ask?
dude?
I don't know. What stands at the center? To that
This
I say,
guy.
my soul is at the center,
Oh,
offered up to
man.
the ageless ones, only to be torn in
It's the
twain.
last clip that gets me the
The
most.
unveiling here in Detroit is historic.
All right,
The Satan
all right.
statue has
We're
never
almost there.
before been seen publicly. The Satanic Temple says the statue is a symbol for what they advocate, the separation of church and state.
It's like you can't have one without the other, you know? Like I'm equal parts God and the devil. A cloak of shame covers this man, and only supreme light will wash my body clean. But how could that light possibly reach me with the thick clouds of indecency that surround my poor soul? So I carry my wrongdoings on my back like some kind of tormented hiker, lost in the hills of misfortune, looking
knows.
desperately for that peak to rescue him from the valley of depraved habitual self-pleasuring.
Wow.
But again, I find nothing except for sweaty, devastated loneliness and 1,000 judging eyes staring back at me from the cover of a stolen Victoria's Secret catalog. I didn't take your mail, Mrs. Pemberton. Stop asking me that. Leave me alone.
And then this.
I don't know. Satan's pretty cool.
There you go. All right. So that was I mean, is this a real news thing, or is this something that was sort of staged?
It's one of those ones where, like, I like what we had earlier, where I kind of saw it and then found out a little bit about it and then stopped because it's like the mystery is better
the
almost.
mystery's better. So yeah,
So I
definitely
haven't actually,
very gothic.
I've seen a bit of his stuff in terms of just like odd clips, but I don't actually understand like if he was big before or after this video kind of thing.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And it seems like King Akira is familiar with the guy. This is Bowser.
Yeah. But yeah, that delivery, it's something else. And the way it trails off into the stuff with the magazines and stuff, it's just perfect.
He memorized it. So good stuff. And yeah, this is very very on brand for our very gothic sort of turn that we took here. We have this woman and this woman with the septum piercing, and then we go into
that's the other bit I love is that you see the guy sort of he's doing his bit, and then in the background that woman she never even looks once, like, so it kind of you get this energy that he just does this, like, yeah, that's his thing. She never looks up.
It's like they're like a team maybe.
Yeah.
Man, I can't imagine putting on all this makeup and stuff. That's crazy. I guess he doesn't have a lot of makeup on. He's just got the hat and the outfit. But yeah, that's a good one. Very very appropriate. Good segue into our next little bit here. Do we have any more close-ups? No, just Bowser doing his thing. 1 million views this video has.
Yeah, that's probably not the original either, I guess.
Oh, maybe not, yeah. So, King Akira, welcome. You came at a great time. We're looking at videos, we're talking about other things. Okay. The problem, he's so good. So when people approached him, he said that he kind of messed up the marketing because people got real confused. They contact him expecting a crazy guy, and he's this real smart, amazing film director, and they're like, oh, we're not expecting you to be normal. Yeah, I guess if you have a character that's so convincing,
yeah,
people are gonna think you're that character.
Yeah.
The Arby's guy, same person. He's Bowser.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So let me ask you this, Urban.
Mm-hmm.
How familiar are you with the SCP Foundation?
I have seen like a couple of the like actual I don't know what you call them, characters, or the SCPs themselves, and then like I've seen them portrayed in games and stuff.
Okay.
Some of the like fan stuff, but very very like dipped my toe in it kind of thing.
Oh, there's a Korean one for Emmykins. She would love that. Is it
in
Korean? It's in Korean. Yeah, we can't watch that.
Okay.
The Arby's guy video was the original.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, because that's what I didn't know, is like which one's the one that, you know.
Yeah, what set him off, or what got him big. Okay, I don't want to look at Korean. I can't read Korean. For those of you guys who don't know, the SCP Foundation is how much do you really want to spoil when you talk about SCPs though?
Yeah, I feel like,
yeah.
I don't know how much you've got into like Twin Peaks and stuff like that, but I had the similar thing where I read the book not knowing that it didn't have any real kind of like story. It's just basically case studies, and it's that weird thing of you read it long enough that you start to go, how real is this kind of thing? So I feel like the best way that you can get into it is almost just be given one of the case files and just kind of go.
Yeah, you grab one. You grab one of the more like the classic ones, the first 100.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like 76, I think. Which one is that? Nope. I don't know what this one is. But anyway, so yeah, you click on these and it gives you a little case study and you read about it. So it's like containment area 25B is to be located 200 meters below sea level, tunneled out of solid bedrock in a seismologically stable area. And then yada, yada, yada. And so it basically, using the description, it kind of builds a mystique or a mythos around these items or phenomenon or whatever.
Yeah, and the impressive thing is how they tell the story in a logical form for like something that would be like a document, right? But it gets more interesting as it goes on and kind of lets out some of the kind of key things about it, but within these little contained stories. It's really, really clever.
So King Akira here is saying the Japanese SCP is a very dedicated community. They do more YouTube videos than the US versions that don't make YouTube videos for. That's pretty cool.
Oh.
There are a lot of people who do videos about the SCP stuff. I am not one of them because I am not super into it. I like to show it to people, just kind of like, here's this thing that you can check out. And if you like horror or like ARG type stuff, you might enjoy it.
Yeah, and definitely like
talking about Frederick Knudsen. So let me tell you this. King Akira, you might know this, but did you know that Frederick Knudsen streams on Twitch?
Ooh.
And he occasionally reads SCPs on stream. So if you're into that, there's your invitation. King Akira is a big SCP fan. Why am I getting dropped frames? This is weird. I'm not even doing anything. You would think there would be no dropped frames just sitting here on web browsers. But
there is only one frame.
I'm wrong. Yeah, there's one frame. There's no movement. It's so weird.
But yeah, no, I was going to say about how much the Control universe is definitely
that's true.
SCP.
I have
super
that.
heavy.
I got it, but I haven't played it yet. I'm kind of waiting
I would
for
imagine,
a good time.
I would imagine people who are diehard SCP people would be upset by it because it's probably a very sort of overview and I wouldn't say rip-off, but it's really, really it's such a good setup. Yeah.
And King Akira, yes, he streams Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at noon Pacific time. So if you want to check that out, feel free. He doesn't read SCPs regularly. He does other stuff. Like earlier, he was reading My Immortal, which made me want to just check it out real quick on stream. Ooh.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check this out now.
He is. Are you familiar with Frederick Knudsen?
Not from the name alone. Again, I feel like a lot of my things
down the
like
rabbit hole.
Yeah, it all sounds familiar. But...
He makes YouTube videos. He's currently working on a real big one. It's gonna be like 8 hours long.
Oh wow.
Or maybe 5 hours long. I don't remember what the current time count is, but it's gonna be long. It's about EVE Online, and yeah, he's a great writer and great narrator. Yeah, 3 a.m. King Akira's time. Yeah, so you can catch the VODs. He recently got partner, so the VODs stay up longer now. I know people were concerned about that when they were missing some of his live streams. He even read Empress Teresa, the worst book in history. I don't know. Eye of Argon gave it a run for its money, which he also read with Jabroni Mike, which now we're just getting into all my favorite streamers.
Yeah. I was gonna say, is Eye of Argon the one that's like they tried to make the worst book ever because of this like publishing thing or something?
No, I think Eye of Argon is just sort of a amateur writer making a bad book, writing a bad story, and like a lot of, you know, when somebody uses a thesaurus when it's unnecessary.
Sure. Just everything's overcomplicated.
Yeah, just like, you know, you take a word that would be fine and then you just go to a thesaurus and you're like, what's a different word for this? And then you put that word in and then just don't even think about how the context, how that would fit.
Okay, because I heard recently about this era where that like there was a certain company in the US that were publishing any book basically. Ooh. And like they would claim they had a group of editors, but there just clearly wasn't any, and they were basically... So a group of writers got together, like fiction writers, to write the worst book possible. Ooh. To the point where they were doing things like just losing characters from the story, removing chapters, putting them in the wrong order, to prove that they literally didn't have an editing team and they wouldn't publish anything. Yeah.
So, yeah. That sounds pretty cool. That's a little fun story we could check out.
Yeah, I have to find what that one is.
All right. So what is next on the agenda? We got King Akira here, so it's a party now. So in fact, he's mentioning he made an episode of it. Yep, Fred did an episode on it. The guy is probably very mentally ill, but the story is amazing. It's really, really amazingly cringy. Yeah, he actually was doing a follow-up on one of his live streams recently where he was kind of talking about it. It's a good time. Those are some fun streams, by the way. If you get a chance to check them out.
Check out.
I think he streams. He starts streaming a little bit before you usually wrap up.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'll have to raid.
If you, well, he's got like 500,
just completely
700 people in there. It's he might, yeah, he'll notice, but I don't know. He's very polite. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
So we do have Gardic phone still lined up. So once we get a few more people, we can do that. But I think the night is still young. People haven't yet trickled in. You know, Twitch sometimes takes like an hour or two to send out the notifications.
Yeah, I definitely do that. Kind of imagine that. Yeah, it's gonna be quiet for the first hour.
So what is our next? What is the next thing?
I've got one final link. We're
down to the last link here. We're gonna have to start going.
And this is the one that I just found this in my. So I went through all of my liked videos and just was like, what is the weirdest stuff I could find?
I did that recently too. There was so much weird stuff in there.
And this one I have no context behind, but it's my favorite part of the internet, which is like total fly on the wall. You know, like Vine back in the day used to just be like something going on in someone's house, and you'd be like, "What is this?"
And they were roommates.
And they were, yeah, exactly, exactly.
All right, here we go.
No pomegranates. No pomegranates.
Oh boy.
None. I don't want them anywhere near here. Am I clear?
All right, so this is some kind of class.
Say the rule again.
Yeah.
No pomegranates. Say it.
Wow.
Hey guys.
All right, that's wait, hang on. We've gone to the next video with Game of Thrones.
But I'm guessing that's like a trick or something that she's trying to enforce with the students, some sort of acronym to help them learn. But it
sounds more like to me like it's a rule for her class. Like nobody's allowed to bring in pomegranates.
Oh, do you think that's what it is?
Oh, I'm trying to make out what it says on the screen. If you something. If you something this. Yeah, I can't. It's too blurry. You can't make it out. King Akira loves this clip. Like, because when I hear, I don't know, it just seems like an old teacher who's just like fed up with people eating in her class. And one time somebody brought in a pomegranate and made a mess. And so now she has this rule against pomegranates.
Oh, see, I totally thought it was like, you know, like those little acronyms
like
you
a
learn,
mnemonic.
like, yeah, something like that. And she, you know, she's like, we can't use them, but to reinforce it, she just goes really, really hard. Because that's the bit that gets me, and this is what I love about these videos, is you watch it over and over and you're like, is it an act or is it somebody being dead serious? Like
this, I feel like this is definitely a US classroom.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
This is exactly like a college classroom that I would have sat in. And I could totally see a professor just like going that hard on a rule.
Oh, okay. King knows a little bit more about it.
It's not a trick. It's to show that you can't just make up weird rules in society. What's normal and what's not normal changes depending on where and when you are. It's what King Akira studied in college, sociology. So it's kind of an act. It's like she's saying we're gonna make up a new rule for society, and that rule is no pomegranates, and I'm gonna get up in arms about it, and you guys are gonna remember that no pomegranates.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We need passionate teachers like this. And it looks okay. Yeah, I guess passion is one way to describe it.
Yeah. But I don't know about you, I feel like I had teachers like this that would get really kind of involved to try and teach you. So I do think it is a good trick, but what gets me is the girl in the foreground who's just like rolling her eyes. It's just like I am so not here for this.
Yeah, like she's kind of laughing too.
Yeah, because she's just like, this is every lesson.
So I'm trying to remember like a situation that happened when I was in college or university, as you guys would say, where the professor called somebody out. I don't know. Oh, I remember what it was. So this person started putting their stuff away before the class was over. So like started putting stuff in their backpack, put your notebooks away. And the professor just like reamed him. So that's my context for professors yelling at people. This could be a high school classroom, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
it's hard to say because I couldn't work out if it's like an English classroom or if it looks like science. Maybe it's like hard to. Yeah.
I wish I could read what that says. It's like I know that template from PowerPoint as well with the key on it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that actually is a good segue.
Okay.
But say what you're gonna say.
No, I was just gonna say I had a teacher at university, and she was a really lovely woman, and actually was quite a established editor in her own right. But you could tell she'd been on a teaching course where they'd said, if no one has an answer for your question, just wait out the students.
Oh no.
And as it went on, so I was there for like 3 years, and it just got to the point where people would have to tell her, like, nobody knows the answer. You haven't taught us this thing yet. But I think it was like she'd learnt the rule, which was, wait for the answer, but she didn't realize it's meant to be wait for the answer of things you've already told them in the previous lesson or whatever. So I just have visions of it was a teacher similar to this, but she would just stand there, and it would be like a minute would go by. 2 minutes would go by, and then someone would be like, we don't know, and she'd be like, but maybe you do. And it's like, no, we don't know.
Look back, search your mind, you know the answer. No, we don't.
What could it be?
Make something up, come on. All right. So this leads into our segue. This leads into the interview portion of the stream, where I guess we could have been doing that this whole time. We kind of were.
Yeah, we segue.
But you're talking about going to school and everything and doing editing. So what made you, like, were you just like a toddler and you saw a video and you're like, I want to do that? Or was it a more gradual kind of thing?
I think I basically was the type of kid, like I'm sure a lot of people who hang out on Twitch late at night like I am. I was just in my room a lot, and it was before, because I had like a PlayStation and stuff like that, but I shared it with the family. It was like there was nothing to do, and I got really into magic, which I don't know if you've ever seen on my streams.
Okay.
I've got a tattoo.
Magic, like magic tricks, or magic like Magic the Gathering, the card game?
Like magic tricks, like shuffling cards and like
magic
which one was yours. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
And then basically through that got into all sorts of sides of like illusions and things like that, but like very small scale. Yeah, the thing is, I have none of this left in my brain. It's all gone.
But then the trick is you use video editing to make it look like magic.
But that's actually a good segue, because that's basically what it started as. Is like I would then record myself doing these things and use things like, I'm sure everyone's done this. You bounce the basketball and you play the video backwards, and you're like, look, it looks like I'm levitating the basketball.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And then basically through that, and I used to be really into skateboarding and stuff like that. And there's a lot of stuff around skateboarding about film work and trying to record your tricks and put them with like music, because I don't know if you've ever watched like a really like an hour-long skate video, but they're basically surrealist pieces.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, there's like, even back in the day when it was like the Bones Brigade, Tony and Tony Hawk and all those guys, they had these really like artistic films hidden inside like adverts for skate companies, basically. So there's a real link between filmmaking and skateboarding. So yeah, between that and magic tricks, that was kind of how I got into it.
So you were a skater boy?
Yep. Yeah, until, well, I still skate a little bit, but that's basically until after uni and stuff like that, was very much skating around.
That's what you guys, I think you're underestimating how rad Urban Venture actually is. He does magic, he does skateboard tricks, he edits videos. Meanwhile, I'm over here eating cookies and watching YouTube videos. What's wrong with me?
It's a shame actually. I was going to say we could look at some of my old skate videos. They're probably still on YouTube, but I bet they're licensed music. So
well, we can mute the music.
Yeah, you could have a go. I wonder what. Let me find a link.
If you can find a link, we'll check one out.
Yeah.
So you got into that because you were doing a thing. You wanted to record yourself doing the thing, and then did you edit the videos at all, or did you just kind of?
I edit Yeah, so I'm sure this is like again something that everyone remembers. I don't know those tech decks that were like mini skateboards you used to play with your fingers.
Yeah, the fingerboards.
So I picked up a camera at 12 because I wanted to record like a little short film, and then spent I think like weeks just filming a movie. Basically, just slowly got longer and more elaborate. And then yeah, basically put that on YouTube. And to this day, even today, the first thing I ever put on YouTube got more views than any of my Twitch streams have ever done.
You should be putting that. You should be advertising that more, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to check if it's still on here. It got the music muted and everything over the years, but I'll find this actually. It's probably more entertaining than
So I like how you say, of course, everybody did this, as if you know everybody was making full-length feature films at 12 years old.
No, I just meant like playing with like toys and like recording yourself.
Yeah, I played with Legos a lot as a kid, but I never would have thought to record myself. Although, for a while there was a Lego product that was like Lego Movie Maker, which basically you could make stop motion movies with Legos. And I really wanted that, but it was very expensive.
Yeah, that's it.
So, and then I played a game called The Movies, if you're familiar with that one. You might actually really like that game. So basically, you have a studio in, I think it starts in the 1920s, and you have this big lot. You build sets, you build like places for the actors to stay. You hire actors, you have people writing scripts, and then you actually have to film the movie. It's like a logistical type simulator, and then you sell the movie.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a really good game. I still have it on CD around here somewhere, but I don't have a disk drive, so I couldn't install it anyway.
Yeah, because I used to be really big. I was going to think about other stuff that I was used to do early on, and it's I used to play loads of Sims 2, but I used to make like scenes. So I think I started off filming like Doctor Who or something. I got like the outfits and some mods and stuff like that. But yeah, that was
very
similar.
Very English of you.
Exactly.
We're
Yeah,
make Doctor Who now.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I've just looked. My my tech deck video is no longer available.
Oh, that's too bad.
I'll see if
that's okay. We don't need that kind of stuff. I actually have my oldest video on my YouTube channel is from maybe 5 or something years ago. I did a short little tutorial video on the Terra Firma craft mod for Minecraft. How to build a house. So
can we watch?
I guess if you guys want to. Hang on, let me find it. And it was kind of loosely based on the you know, those primitive technology videos.
Yeah.
Everybody's familiar with that guy.
Yeah, they kind of like
he
time
makes
lapse
millions of dollars by not talking.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy. All right, so let me open this up. Please do not play. There we go. All right, so here, I think I made this in like Windows Movie Maker or something. Oh, hang on. Let me pause the music. It's gonna interfere with the audio.
Howdy, folks, and welcome to Terra Firma Living. I'm your host, StarShard0, and today I'll be teaching you how to build a safe, sturdy, and aesthetically pleasing shelter to get you through your first couple of weeks in Terra Firma Craft. In the end, it'll look something like this. Before we get started building a new shelter, we're going to need a couple of tools. We'll need at least one stone axe and a shovel. Once we've got those,
this is very well put together.
Trees. We'll need about 3 stacks of logs. I'll chop down these spruce trees and meet you back when I'm done.
So here we go. This is the part that involved the most editing.
Yeah.
So it's got the quick cuts between knocking down all these trees.
Yeah, it's nice.
Now that we've got the logs, we can begin building our new shelter. We'll need to find a small hillside. I've chosen this hillside because it's close to fresh water, which will make it easier to stay hydrated. The first thing we'll need to do is make a 5-block wide incision into the side of the hill. This will form the back part of the house. Next, we'll need to place logs to form the roof. I like to make my shelters a 5x5 square.
So yeah, like a lot of this stuff probably it could have been sped up probably, especially the parts where I'm not talking. So
Yeah,
what
but
I
even
did
so,
here, or yeah, go ahead
Sure.
and say.
No, I was just going to say, like, I was expecting the classic thing. I'm sure when you've looked for a YouTube tutorial or something, you've seen it where it's like really, really long-winded, and it's almost like somebody breathing into their mic the whole time. Like,
Finally,
yeah, a little slow, but definitely clear enough, and it's got like all the key stuff on screen. You're not like kind of watching somebody do it out the corner of one side of the screen kind of thing.
Now that that's done, we'll need to excavate the dirt under our shelter so we can fit inside. You can leave the floor at 2 deep, but I like to dig out an extra third layer so it feels more spacious.
So what I had done was I recorded all the footage, like you know, I'd never made a video before, and
The last thing we need to do
I
is
had
take
been
the dirt we've
talking
excavated
while
and
I was
place it
doing
over
it.
the roof like this.
All right, well, let me
We'll want
finish
to cover
talking.
all the exposed wood except for the front door
Director's
frame,
commentary
so if we try
here.
to do that, the dirt will collapse and block the entrance. You should have enough dirt from the excavation to cover the whole structure, but if you don't, you can always borrow some dirt from the surrounding area.
So I recorded it and kind of was talking to know what I wanted to say, but then I went through, I listened to it, I wrote a script based on that, and then recorded the audio to go over the video.
After all the dirt's been
Yeah,
placed,
that's as far as I understand it, that's
This type
a
of
very
shelter's
kind
known
of
as a
standard way of
dugout
doing
or
it.
pit
So
house.
yeah,
It's one of the most
to
ancient
come up with
types
that on
used
your
in
own and kind of think,
housing
yeah,
built
this is
by
going to work, and then yeah,
Thanks for
re-script it.
watching,
That's
and I hope to see you
it's good
again
work.
in another episode of Terra Firma Living.
There was never another episode.
I feel like that is the same with
Got
all of my YouTube videos from
113
back in the day.
views.
Oh, there
So
you
that
go.
was, you know, that's more views than my streams get, but that's also been out for 6 years, so there you go.
No, I like it. I definitely, I was expecting a lot more, you know, like handy cam facing the screen, colors are all over the place.
No. I like to keep things very front and center.
Yeah.
That's why my stream is very stripped down for the most part, I like to think. I don't have an overlay.
Yeah.
I just kind of stick the webcam off to the side and keep it out of the way.
Yeah, I like that. I like that neatness as well. It's good.
I feel like a lot of streamers, they've just got way too much going on the screen. It's hard to see the game, which it tends to be what you're there for the most part.
Yeah. Did you dive into like with Streamlabs and all of those, like the kind of overlays that you can get for free? Because I was spending so long looking at them, thinking these are just so much, as in like so over the top. Like,
so
imagine playing Kerbal with all of that stuff going on.
So I got an overlay. I bought an overlay set, and I used the opening scene and the transitions, but other than that, I didn't use any of the actual overlay bits. And speaking of overlay bits, actually, I noticed the other day that when, hang on, where is it? The alert box, it's too low. Because I noticed the other day when Emmykins did the bits, that it was not, you couldn't see that she had done the bits. So I'm going to fix that right now. All right, I think it's fixed. We're good.
Nice.
So what else?
Yeah, I feel like every time I go live, I feel like there's some things that I was meant to do, and then I suddenly realize the minute I press the button, I'm like, well, oops, we're in it now.
Too late. Yeah, you got to take notes or something during the stream.
Yeah.
So we talked about, let me get the music back here. So yeah, I made that video, and you know, I felt pretty okay with it, but I just don't think there's a huge audience for Minecraft mod tutorials, or at least not that I was marketing to properly.
Yeah, I think it is that whole, it gets easier when you already have a following to start from nothing. It's
exactly.
like, how do you, you almost need like a viral video out of nowhere to get you some sort of following, and then you can use that in any way possible. Kind of thing.
Use it as a springboard, right? It's like you gotta get your foot in the door somehow before you can take off. I don't know how King Akira does it. I guess he has the benefit of being Japanese time, so you get all the Australians and the really early Europeans, maybe the really late night West Coasters.
Yeah, like the handover period between dawn and dusk. Exactly.
When is my Immortal reading video coming? I don't think there's a huge demand for that. if you've got Tom Felton, who plays Draco Malfoy in the Harry Potter movies, having done one already, I'm not gonna top that. Like, it's just some schlubby guy reading My Immortal in his boring normal guy voice. I don't think that's not gonna go over very well.
But hear me out.
All
hot
right.
tub. Just
hot
saying.
tub stream. Yeah.
We bring a hot tub into it.
So all I have to do is move all the furniture out of my living room.
Yeah.
Set up the camera to face the hot tub. It'll be perfect. We'll get a little whiteboard. We can write people's names on there every time somebody subs or gives bits.
You know what I want to see as well on Twitch is
What do
you got this is going to sound weird, but you know the hot tub streams obviously are like normally somebody who already has a following. Like, how do you build a following through hot tub streams? Like, how do you do a quiet day in a hot tub? That's what I want to know.
I feel like, I don't know how other people use Twitch, right? Like, when I go to Twitch, I'm either coming here for somebody specific, or I'm searching for a game to see if anybody's playing the game.
Sure.
So maybe there are people who just kind of troll the hot tub section, or like pools, hot tubs, and beaches.
Yeah.
And look for people and kind of go by the thumbnail whether they're interested. Like, oh,
Sure.
Are there a bunch of ladies in this one? Well, let's check that one out. What are they up to?
But I still feel like I've never seen that, like, and gone, there's like one person watching and they're just kind of chilling, waiting. Like, that's what I want is because I feel like that's the epitome of being a streamer, right? You've got one person watching and you've got to go, I don't want to be overbearing, but I still need to engage, sort of thing.
Right, you gotta keep that line of patter going, right? You don't want to have the dead air. I don't know how you
just
do
kind
that
of
in a hot
like
tub.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like there's the awkward sound of the water kind of whirring or whatever's keeping it warm, and then like you're like, hey, do you want me to write your name on me? Because there's nothing else to do here. No one else is subbing or anything.
Do you? That actually sounds like a really good video idea.
Yeah, maybe that's what we should do.
Trying to start a hot tub stream, and it's just you in a hot tub, and you're recording, and you've got the noise, and you've got your marker. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Yeah, I guess you have to have access to a hot tub for that.
Yeah, we can do it.
Do you know any rich friends who have a hot tub?
Yeah, I mean, I can find a paddling pool, and that's really all they're using. The hot tub is a over-exaggerated phrase, right?
No. I guess if they're just in like a little kiddie pool, then it's not quite the same.
But I feel like that's where it's got to, right? That hot tub thing was like somebody was doing those kind of streams anyway and realized we can bring the bathing suit, the water into the equation.
Sure,
but I want to see the person that starts with that and goes, this is where I'm gonna go from one person watching to hundreds.
All right, I'm imagining the video title. It's Day 1 as a hot tub streamer.
Oh, that's good.
And it starts up and there's just a guy, and he, you know how you go up to the camera and you like push the button and then you like back up? Like, you don't edit that part out or whatever. So it's just him doing that. He sits back down in the pool and he's like kind of sitting there tapping, like waiting for people to start showing up. It's like, all right, going live in the hot tub. Let's do this. All right. Live in the hot
Turning
tub.
on the little lights.
Let's go. Lurkers, I know you're out there. Let's see some updates in the chat. Huh. And he's like, you see him like checking the chat to see if it froze.
Yeah. One guy joins and just like, hey, what computer are you using? Like, nothing relevant to the hot tub at all. Like,
yeah. What kind of camera are you using? Like, oh hey, welcome to the stream. You want me to write your name on my arm? And then they just leave.
Yeah,
that's great.
Leaving.
This is a good video.
One goes to 0.
This could be a TikTok almost, because those are 3-minute long,
good.
right? Great. So we're theory crafting a video idea.
There you go. Now you and Alien have got the teen novel. We'll have the TikTok series.
Yeah, first hot tub stream. So I'm just imagining he's like, all right, first hot tub stream. We're ready for a million followers. Let's do this. Or whatever, like, whoever has. I don't know anyone who does hot tub streams.
You know what's nice? Because I don't know how much you've seen of those TikToks where they get more and more elaborate. Is like, so he's wearing some item of clothing that he's hoping to take off or whatever, but people just keep asking him like more and more kind of emotional questions and stuff. Episode 7, he's basically giving life advice and like talking about his childhood.
Oh, fun stuff.
Yeah.
So all right, we got that written down. That's going on the notes list.
To make.
So what else? What else? I've got some other stuff here we can talk about. I guess I will ask you this. So you're a video guy. You love movies. You love. I guess I assume you love editing. Maybe you just look at it as a job. But who are your favorite content creators?
Oh, that's good, actually.
Like on YouTube or on Twitch or whoever, wherever.
Yeah, so we saw a bit earlier with Rocket Jump. Like that to me was the group that got me into like, you can make this your living, right? Even the whole like
Smosh.
Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't so much like you have to be a personality or you have to do this. It was that whole people basically just want to watch content, and advertisers want to put adverts in front of it. So whatever you want to make, as long as it's good, people will hopefully watch it, and the money will come second, sort of thing. But those guys, their story is super interesting. Because like I don't know how much you want to play, because obviously they are like a full-blown YouTube channel, but
I'm trying to find a good thumbnail.
Yeah, they're like.
Wait, I've got it. I've got the perfect thumbnail. Hang on.
I'm waiting now.
Bring it on here.
Oh, wait. Emmy's got a secret hot tub channel.
Does
I wasn't aware of this.
I wasn't either.
Does she do that while you're streaming? Because you'll be busy.
I feel like I would notice if she did that.
Yeah, suddenly hear the water going. Like, hang on a minute.
And also, there'd be a big mess in the living room probably. All right, here we go. I have to hit transition to make this work. This is going to be the thumbnail.
Movie magic, ready?
So if you're looking at this stream, I guess you won't see it because it's not on my webpage, but if you go to the stream, you might see a quintessentially American piece of clothing there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I feel, is that something you make yourself, or is that a product I can buy?
I think it's both. You can either 3D print it, or you can buy someone who 3D printed them.
Okay.
I don't have Crocs, but if I did, I feel like this is a necessary accessory.
So is that because people have the little like badges or whatever they put in the holes in the front? Someone was like, "Hey, we need some
Croc nuts."
Yeah, we need some Croc nuts for the back.
I have no idea what the thought process was here. I assume it was like, haha, truck nuts are funny. What if Croc nuts? And then somebody had a 3D printer.
Oh yeah, I forgot the whole truck nuts thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a big US. There's probably not a whole lot of trucks driving around in southern England. Or maybe
definitely not with nuts on. Not that I've seen anyway.
Yeah, like not a lot of pickup trucks.
Yeah, not in the same quantity, definitely.
Just Mini Coopers and Reliant Robins, if Mr. Bean is anything to go by.
Yeah. Well, that is what I drive. I do actually drive a Mini. It's not quite a Mini Cooper. I'm not as flash as that, but it is that era.
So quintessentially English. It's great.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
So you like the bigger content creator fellas?
Yeah, I think that's definitely where I started. Like I say, Rocket Jump and Freddie Wong and like Corridor Digital. Those are all the big ones that that kind of made me think that content creator was a job rather than, just like something cool that might make you famous.
Like that's not just one person. Those are like organizations, right? Like they have whole production teams.
Yeah, they kind of that classic, like the startup business. They came out of university. There was 2 of them, and then there was 4, and then they met some people from abroad and kind of brought some stuff in. But now they're like Rocket Jump, especially. I'm pretty sure they're owned by like Disney or someone by now. But yeah, no, they are pretty much their own little independent things. The Corridor Digital seems to be still pretty independent. Like they do most of their stuff through their website. But that was what definitely got me in to like filmmaking and YouTube and stuff like that. And then through that, obviously, I was starting to play Kerbal. So you got like Scott Manley, people like that.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, and I think like I'm sure you've seen like Tom Scott as well. They're yeah. But I wouldn't say like there's not many small creators I found until I found Twitch, and then I think the best thing about Twitch is the smaller creators in a way.
Yeah, because you go into a big stream, once you get above maybe 500 people.
Yeah.
Because anytime you have a chat, you're typically the fraction of people who are actually chatting is going to be kind of small compared to the total number of people.
Yeah.
And once you get above a certain amount, so many people are talking that you just, like, there's no point for there to even be chat.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's nice, like, at our level, that, like, even you get like 30 to 40 people, and you can keep up with the chat for the most part. And I think that's real nice.
Yeah, and you get to know the people, and I think that is the nicest thing. Like, that's like, we've talked about EJ, who is definitely at that level of like 500 people watching, but I still
pushing
feel like
the limits.
Yeah, I still feel like he is really, really good at responding to people that have, like, you know, like questions and stuff like that. Like, there's 100 of them coming and going, but he will actually take the time on people. And I think I definitely found Twitch through the big YouTubers moving over and all of that stuff. But then it was when I kind of, you know, stayed until a couple of raids later and was like, hey, this is just like a small person. You can just chat with them, like. And I've definitely had, like, I've seen people have, like, you know, full blown emotional moments on Twitch to like 3 people and had like chats with them, and, you know, like really felt like you could connect with people. So it's definitely a different thing, but it's nice to have that. And I feel like there's an approachability, right? Like, you don't need necessarily too many subs or followers to start being able to do it in your evenings and just have a little bit of money coming in and you know, get it going, sort of thing.
You have money coming in with your big gift sub dump from a couple weeks ago. I'm not quite there yet. I think one of my biggest issues is the time zone.
Sure.
Is that all the big US streamers start at around the same time as me.
Yeah.
And they go later than me. So, you know, it's a timing thing. You're in that sweet spot in the Euro time zone. You've got all your kind of afternoon, evening Euro people, plus your people who are watching at work like me.
Yeah.
And that works out really well.
That's the biggest thing I didn't anticipate either, was that most people who are in the chat are going to be lurking at work, sort of thing. I really thought it would be like teenagers or people that were just like free in the middle of the day, and then maybe some, you know, other people here and there. But it's kind of weird to, you know, you get used to that, and then you're like, all right, what my content needs to be entertaining for somebody who's doing something else constantly, which I think Twitch is like anyway. You're expecting most people probably to be gaming or something like that.
Yeah, like I'll have Twitch on when I'm doing other stuff. I'm not full time. Typically, it depends on what's going on, but typically I'm not full on engaged with the chat or with the video. But I'll jump in and chat, or I'll kind of like tune back into the video if something weird's going on, something crazy's happening.
Yeah, and I've been trying to do the whole like look at your analytics and work out, because I think it's like the last hour or so of my stream is when most people are like watching, and I'm like, okay, this is where the highlights need to come. This is where, you know, the big hits, the gambles, all of that stuff needs to come through.
And this is where the giant Earth baby needs to show up.
Yeah, and stop vomiting into the moon or whatever.
All right, let me get these crock nuts out of here. Nobody wants to see those. Yeah, I guess I got to transition out of there. I got them somewhere else too. I got to get rid of them. It's the last thing I go to the wrong scene, and bam, crock nuts.
Surprise.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fun sound clip. So you don't have a soundboard, do you?
No, I thought that was like what most people were using for ages, and then then I found out it was like the whole redeem
Trigger
thing,
fire.
Basically. Yeah, which is super powerful.
Because I have that set up. I have 2 things. You can redeem a sound clip, which is this one.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
Which you can't hear.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not sure that's coming through.
But then I also have that video. Is the moon a star or planet video that you can redeem.
Yeah.
Kind of like your technical lecture one.
Yeah.
And other than that, everything I do is local based. So I have 9. I just use my numpad. So I guess I have up to 9 sound clips easily accessible.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's enough. I think that's all you really need. Maybe I guess I would like more, but
Yeah, it's hard as well. Like the thing that I realized, because I just kept asking like chat a lot. Like, well, I wasn't so much asking. I was seeing what people were asking for as well. But a lot of people like trying to jump scare the streamer. So I was like, well,
yeah.
I like the idea of filling out the audio for launches and landings, right? But I'll give you guys the controls over that, and of course crank the volume up and see what happens. But people have started noticing that I've become a little bit like I can just zone out completely now, don't hear anything.
Yeah, and also I guess if you're watching chat, you'll see it pop up before it happens, right?
Yeah. Although I tried all of the stuff I can to not be able to see it. Like I put it as far away as possible, so that because I feel like if I'd spent that many points on a sound effect, I want it to really throw someone off possibly.
Otherwise, you feel like you wasted your you wasted it. You spent all of that stuff, and now the streamer didn't even notice. They're like, oh, here comes the review. I better brace my, or not the review. Here comes the redeem. I better brace myself.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find a better video to have this the thumbnail for now.
Yeah, you should have a look at this creator, by the way. Just their videos themselves. I mean, the thumbnails are as interesting as the videos. So.
Who is this? Oh, this guy that we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Cool 3D World. Oh, this is horrifying.
Yeah.
Why would anyone want to look at this?
It's
Adult
just
Swim shorts. They did stuff for Adult Swim. Yeah, that's definitely that tracks.
And I think if you go on videos and then look at their older stuff, you can definitely see how it was more machinima to begin with, and then got that kind of like glossy art style.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I like Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, there he is. What's he doing? Oh, he's smoking. That's not family friendly. Actually, according to the TOS, references to weed is totally fine. Weed and alcohol, I guess that makes sense, okay. Right? You just can't do hard drugs.
Oh, okay. I didn't ever actually read that through. I just assumed I'd not watch enough Twitch to avoid.
Well, I think so. This was username stuff. It was the most recent thing, so you're safe.
Okay,
but you've got some usernames that are, a little bit more.
Yeah, but that's on the responsibility of the person name, like your account, right? That's not the streamer's fault for like. Yeah. I was like,
if someone can report your name, basically.
Sure.
Cool 3D World. Yeah, this was suggested by Urban. So we watched one of the videos earlier, and then he just wanted me to kind of look at the thumbnails and be totally grossed out. So it succeeded. Way too weird for me.
Yeah. But again, it's the brilliant thing of being entirely weird, but also really, really like difficult to make.
And yeah, it's very creative and requires a lot of talent and skill.
Yeah, which is what I remember. You watched the video of that advert for that restaurant where they're like, I can't even remember what the gimmick actually was. We'll fry anything.
It was Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage.
That's it, the foot massage, yeah.
Yeah.
Because although on the surface it looks like those really cheap adverts, you can clearly tell just by the editing that it's super, super like
it was
well put together.
It was a lot more. So where did you leave off? Did you stick around for the whole thing? You saw all the videos we watched?
I think I missed the earlier stuff rather than the later stuff. If that helps.
All right. And then I want to. Oh, hang on. You guys can hear that. We're gonna expose Urban to this.
Oh dear. Okay, yeah, I didn't see this.
So there you go. That's Royco's Cup of Soup. So
that is.
So you know nothing about this, I assume?
No.
So this audio is from a Dutch soup commercial for Royco Cup of Soup.
Okay.
But somebody animated this scene to kind of sync up with the audio. So basically they had the audio, they wrote, or they made this animation to sync up so that it would seem like I don't know how to describe it. But basically, this is not the soup commercial.
Yeah.
This is not the soup
But the audio
commercial.
is, yeah.
The audio is the soup commercial. And yes, this again, because he didn't see it last time. Looks like cartoon characters from Pink Floyd's The Wall. Yeah, it does kind of have that kind of gross, misshapen look to them.
It's also kind of got the SpongeBob close-up kind of vibes, you know, with like the vein on his neck and everything. Yeah. Whenever someone shows their bare leg or something up close.
Or yeah, that Nickelodeon, the Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Very stretchy and wiggly and gross. Yeah. I don't know. It's good. Like whatever it is, this guy clearly had a level of talent that I can only aspire to have.
Yeah. Again, it is. It's really well made, but very, very odd.
And that stream was the one where I showed off is the moon a planet or star?
Yeah.
Oh, Vulcan Rider said Ren and Stimpy too. That's a jinx. We're gonna have to I don't know. We're gonna have to do something. I don't know what. All right, so that brings me to my next topic of conversation. We're gonna talk about British and American stereotypes that we are going to debunk. We're going to disprove here and now. This cannot continue. So what are, I guess we'll start with you. So what are some American stereotypes? And this is kind of unfair because, you know, you grew up in the US for a little bit, right?
Yeah, for a few years, yeah.
Okay, well that's fine. That doesn't count then.
Yeah.
So what are some US stereotypes that you just assume? Everybody has a gun.
Everyone has a gun. Yeah, I was going to say
that's not a stereotype. That's true.
Yeah, that's the modern. That's like the modern thing. But I'm trying to think of like, especially when I was growing up as a kid, what I really thought of the US. My association was that you drive through everything. Like you can get everything as a drive-through.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because as a kid I did see. I went to drive-through banks, which is a crazy concept to me.
Drive-through bank, drive-through liquor store, drive-through pharmacy.
Yeah.
Drive-through, obviously fast food.
Yeah, that's the classic.
Drive-through movie theaters. I guess it's not really a drive-through; it's a drive-in. Not a whole lot. Drive-through marriage chapels. Vulcan Rider's making a great observation.
Oh, yeah.
You drive in, you get married, you drive off, you're married, you're good to go. Very popular.
But I think that was kind of like a child's thing. I think growing up, the other one is that high school is exactly like it is in the movies. Like, you know, really, really stereotyped kind of US, very, very like over serious. Everyone's in cliques kind of thing.
No, that's true.
Really? Like, would you say something like Eazy-E or something like that? I don't know if you've seen
Eazy-A?
Eazy-A, sorry.
Or Eazy-E the rapper.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah,
I haven't seen Eazy-A. That's the one. Okay. I think I know the movie you're talking about, though. But so in school, I was. All right. So for all you Star Shard historians out there who are keeping the wiki up to date, I was a cheerleader for one season of basketball.
Oh.
I was a cheerleader, and I was not a member of the cheerleader clique, which should probably be obvious from looking at me. But there definitely was, like, they would all hang out together, and I would hang out with my nerdy friends, and we'd get picked on by the cool kids.
I was trying to work out what the roles are called. I was going to say, what was your, like, it's not position, right?
So you've got the nerd. Oh no.
No. In cheerleading,
sure.
like,
I would have been a base. There's bases and flyers.
Base, okay. Yeah.
And so our flyer was like very small, which is good because I wasn't very strong. Vulcan Rider was one of them nerds, like in the film Revenge of the Nerds. Shunned until senior year when the cheerleaders and jocks all of a sudden got interested in getting into college and wanted to get up. Yeah, no, the cheerleaders, the jocks, so that's absolutely real. Sport culture is a very big thing over here. So,
yeah, because that was the other thing I was going to ask.
Get a lot of the funding and a lot of the attention.
Yeah, because in the UK, if there's like a football game that the school's playing, no one cares. Like, no, that would be like detention. It's like you gotta go and watch. You know, it would be for me. It'd be my older brother because he was into that. I was like, you gotta go watch him play football in a wet field for 2 hours or whatever. I was like, why would I do that? Whereas in the US movies, it's always like, oh, the big game. We'll go and we'll have a drink beforehand. We'll sneak something in or whatever, and then we'll watch the game. It's like that just wouldn't happen.
We're driving the truck. We got the grill. We're gonna grill out before the big game. No, that's absolutely a real thing.
Oh, it's crazy.
I mean, I didn't go because I was a
that,
loser, but people definitely went to the games.
Not to like pre-guess any of your questions, but that would be the complete opposite. Like Hogwarts, Harry Potter, and all of that UK school stuff in movies is so wrong. Like, well, it's really off.
You have to remember that these wizard kids are all very rich, so.
Yeah, I suppose that it's like boarding school. Yeah.
Yeah. That's something somebody brought this up at one point. I don't remember where I read it, but that basically Harry is a rich jock who grows up to be a cop. And I think that recontextualizes the whole story.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow. Like, how do you feel sorry for this little orphan kid who
I've heard as well,
is
like,
rich?
One of the things that makes Harry Potter so British is that he's born to be that person, right? It's not the like you can be anyone, you can come from any background. Yeah. He doesn't rise up, right? And that's such an English approach to things. It's like, if your parents were the king and queen, now you're the king and queen. That's how it goes. So
right.
Despite his story being sad, in a way, he just gets to win the lottery when he's born. And other than losing his parents, he's super rich.
He's talented in his sport.
Yeah, he just has to get out of the parents like living under there, and then suddenly it completely changes.
Job at the Ministry of Magic.
Yeah, everyone knows who he is, so he never has to try.
I mean, look at Ron's family. Like his dad is like a higher up at the Ministry of Magic, and yet they're still struggling constantly. I don't quite understand how that works. Too many kids, I guess. And I feel like that's one of the things. So if going back to Harry Potter fan fiction, is you're gonna see a lot of fan fiction writers are gonna be coming from an American point of view. So they're gonna bring their own interpretation of what a magical high school is going to be like.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously for the more British audience, you've got a boarding school is a real actual thing. It's not like a threat. Or maybe it is a threat. Like, if you don't shape up, I'm going to send you to boarding school. It's a very American kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like the military style stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, like I'm going to send you to military school.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my evil stepmother is trying to send me to boarding school to get me away from my dad, that kind of thing.
Yeah, UK boarding school is like that. You if somebody says, "Oh yeah, I used to live at boarding school," you're like, "Oh, they're posh." You just know from example, even if they weren't actually like, it's just assumed that you come from money.
Because it's very expensive, right?
Yeah, and the education is like really much like that's where you're going to learn the classics and Latin and stuff like that much more. Whereas the UK's like state schools is probably not a million miles away from a normal US school.
Now, do you still have school uniforms?
Yeah.
Like at actual like regular high schools or at the boarding schools?
Yeah, almost. I've never seen a school in the UK anywhere, and I've filmed a lot of educational stuff that's had not had a uniform. Everywhere has uniforms.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and they're pretty strict. Like, you can't just go like, oh, the colors have to be the right. It is literally everyone has to have the same style of blazer and a very simple shirt, ties.
So when people say, because I seem to recall this has been discussed before, when people say private school versus public school in the UK, what is the differentiation there?
Public school is like free, so that's like the majority of people, I guess, go to a public school, but then private school is paid for. So
so it's the same as the US then.
Yeah, and that's where you're going to see the kids in the little hats, and their outfits are normally a little bit more like tweedy and stuff like that. Whereas the state schools are like basically office wear for kids. Like everyone's in a little blazer and a blouse or that kind of thing.
All right,
but
so
it's very much if someone paid for your school, then you're probably pretty rich.
Yeah. So Vulcan has sent a Scottish man who is I guess, trying various things.
Okay.
Scottish man tries Southern snacks. Southern man tries Scottish food. So that's kind of what we're doing.
Yeah, I like this.
I'm a Northerner and you're an Englishman. So we're like the inverse of that. That's kind of cool. Well, we're not actually trying anything.
Yeah. When we finally can do a stream in person, we'll try it. Although right. I'm vegan, so you're gonna have to find some pretty specific stuff.
We'll get you an Impossible Whopper.
Yeah, exactly. Oh dear.
So let's think of some other things. So I grew up, I guess I wouldn't say I grew up watching Mr. Bean, but I watched a lot of Mr. Bean at my grandma's house. So a lot of my knowledge about the UK comes from that. And he's like, Rowan Atkinson's a pretty big comedian and actor over there, right?
Yeah, I mean more so with like Gen X, right, rather than like millennials, a little bit more well known.
He's like an older type character.
But like I watched like Blackadder when I was a teenager, and it was still something that is like a cultural touchstone for the UK, but it's not quite Monty Python that is like, you know, I've watched Monty Python a bit, but like most of my friends wouldn't really consider that something that you would have just seen on TV. It's like you'd have to go out your way to find it.
Yeah, I suppose it's pretty old at this point, right? It's like from the 70s.
Yeah.
All right. What are some other? I guess you've got Doctor Who, you've got Downton Abbey.
Yeah,
Vulcan Rider coming in with the boomer moment. I love Monty Python.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's one of those ones. It's great, but I feel like even YouTube has a Monty Python feel to it. It seems like something that was good because it was revolutionary, and so much is just kind of chill, doing that same vibe now, like the wackiness or whatever. Because that's what I found when I watched it. Is a lot of it is very much like, yeah, this doesn't seem that radical now. Whereas at the time, it's like, yeah, they're really putting their fingers up to the kind of quintessential chill British life and saying like, why are we so formal? Why do we have to be so polite, sort of thing? Yeah, I'm trying to think of other like things that are in the UK. I think Harry Potter is probably the biggest one in my lifetime. I was saying to Possum and Alien that literally every single person I know knows somebody who is in Harry Potter, like at some point, in terms of like the background or an extra or whatever.
Like in the actual films?
Yeah. My
oh wow.
My older brother's fiance was an extra in Harry Potter. Somebody at my school was like the son of the drama teacher. He was an extra in it. And if you talk to most British people, they will have a story about someone they know being in Harry Potter. It was that kind of big when we were growing up.
That's amazing.
The production of it.
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like they filmed it there, and you need extras. You got to go somewhere.
Yeah, and it is the sort of thing that kids would be like super excited about. Whereas I feel like you occasionally meet people who are like in Game of Thrones or something, but it's very much like, oh yeah, because I'm already in that industry, right? I was in Northern Ireland filming and all of that kind of stuff.
Vulcan Rider had a coworker that was an extra in the film Deep Impact.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is not Armageddon, it's the other one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but there's always two, right? There's the Inferno, and then there's this one. There's that one.
Yeah. The volcano movies, the asteroid movies, the alien invasion movie.
Yeah.
All right. What else do we got here? British stereotypes. So the accents. We know them, we love them. It's Tuesday in it. Which actually it is. It is Tuesday in it. What part, when you hear people, when I do that accent, where do you imagine, what part of England does that come from?
Anything with like in it or that sort of stuff is going to be more London based, but I think the thing about the UK that a lot of people from abroad don't kind of understand is that anything within maybe 50 miles of London is like the south, right? That's, even though there's things more southern than that, that's like the real kind of hub of where most things, so like all those accents sound a lot more similar. If you watch like, I don't know, Benedict Cumberbatch or something like that, they're all going to be people that have spent the majority of their life in that area. Even like Sean Bean, who's like a Yorkshireman, he's definitely got that kind of sound more as he can sort of do those roles. But yeah, it's the minute you go west, out to the West Country, that's where you get the kind of like the much more, I'm trying to think what kind of big characters people would know like that.
Yeah, I just know the meme ones. I guess we got Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins doing the Cockney.
Yeah. And like Cockney is like one of those voices that is a stereotype. Like you don't really hear Cockney as an actual accent, but you do hear kind of the modern blending of that. But I think it is like the more northern you go, then you get really, like we were talking about Geordie Shore, right, which is the British version of Jersey Shore. And that's probably definitely more recognizable. And then obviously as you get Welsh, which is obviously a completely different country, and Scotland as well, much more obvious to tell apart. But I think it is the weird thing about the UK is it's not very big, but so much of it is kind of based around the just southern accent, and then the other more recognizable ones, because I feel like I wouldn't be able to say, oh, you were from West London and you're from East London.
Okay, so it's not that granular necessarily.
There is definitely people that can though. Like there is definitely differences, but most of the time it's like southern people are more rude, northern people are friendly and kind of chill, and like Game of Thrones, that kind of voice is like the Jon Snow, that's the much more.
Okay. So I'm thinking, what am I thinking? I guess that what is your accent? What would you say it is? It's pretty neutral.
I definitely have an Essex twang, and
okay.
And we talked about like Only Way is Essex, right? That really kind of campy voice. Like that's definitely a thing here. Like I always forget that because I lived in Sussex for a while, which is much more posh. It's also the kind of one of the more liberal parts of Britain, because like Brighton was one of the only places that like the Green Party are the controlling party, or whatever, whereas most of the places. So that's definitely my accent, is because my original voice is much more American, and then I had to relearn my accent.
Well, you didn't have to relearn.
Yeah, I genuinely did. I had to I had an accent for like 3 years or something ridiculous, or maybe
didn't people think it was cool? They're like, oh, you have an American accent, that's so cool. Oh
no, I think that's
didn't think it was cool.
That's the big cultural difference I've noticed between America and the UK. And I don't think it's 100% of the time, but I think in the UK, trying to do anything is seen as a little bit much. And that's what people say. It's a little bit much. That's the phrase they use. So me walking into class on my first day, and I can still remember this, I was like, hey guys, how's it going? I'm and everyone was just like, who's this kid? Like, why is he so much? Like, why is he so loud?
He insists upon himself.
Exactly. Insists upon itself. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's so sad.
But I had to train myself out a bit, because I picked up all of that kind of. I was 6 at the time, so it was pretty much my voice.
Because in the US, if we had somebody show up and they had an English accent, that would be the coolest kid in the school.
Really?
Yeah.
But like in like everyone wants to know them, or just like, oh, they're like elusive kind of thing.
They're like, oh my gosh, did you hear his accent? He's so dreamy. Oh my god, I want to be his friend. This guy's so cool. Okay. Let's hang out.
Doesn't have to do anything.
Say bottle of water again.
A bottle of water.
Yeah, you'd have the kids clapping.
Yeah.
Say you're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a wizard.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it.
So I don't know. I guess like comparing you showing up with an American accent to someone showing up with an English accent in America is like night and day.
Yeah, I think it is different in different groups. I've definitely had like friends who are from the States who've come over, and they've had a really good reception just because they're out on a night out and like everyone's having a good time, and they're like, hey, tell us some stories, sort of thing. But
do they wear a big American flag shirt?
Yeah, they came out. They had the hat, the big boots and everything. They really made a show of it.
I mean, you kind of have to. So, because I guess my experience isn't 100% what someone like Emmykin's experience was, because she went to the same schools her whole life, whereas I moved around a lot. I went to school in Hawaii. I went to school in Germany. I went to school in South Dakota. It was all very different. But at the same time, it was also very similar.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of the same cultural stuff is still going to apply.
So like small towns and that kind of stuff, they're very similar kind of thing.
Well, let me think. So when I went to school in Hawaii, it was a pretty large elementary school.
Okay.
When I went to school in California, it was a Department of Defense school, so it was pretty small because it was just for people who lived on base.
Yeah.
And then again, I lived in Germany. That was also a DoD school. But it was an American school on a military base in Germany. So when I say I went to school in Germany, I don't mean I went to a German school.
Yeah.
And then I went to a school in South Dakota, which was very much. It was all very similar. We've talked about this, Vulcan. It was near Regensburg. It was in Hohenfels.
Oh, okay, sure.
Was the base. But yeah, Vulcan Rider wanted to know. So I guess I feel like my school experience has been pretty homogenous, despite the fact that I've gone to so many different types and locations.
Yeah. But all are kind of similar. Kind of, you walk in and you're like, oh, this kind of classroom again. This kind of
well, I wouldn't say like that, but like the general layout. So you're going to have a big building. Typically, it's going to be enclosed. Well, okay. So in California, they can you have big open areas with outdoor entrances to the classrooms. In South Dakota, you have one big building with indoor entrances because, you know, it snows, it gets cold. You don't want to have
people out.
Don't have open areas like that. So I guess that's the major difference.
Yeah, and because you're saying you're traveling for like military, exactly because your family, like one of your parents was in the military.
Yeah, my dad was in the army, so we moved around to wherever he was at.
And are you kind of like locked off from everything? Obviously in Germany, I can imagine more so, right? Because you don't speak the language and stuff like that. Is it almost like a form of isolation in a way?
I wouldn't say that because we lived off base.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, we went around the little town that we lived in. We ordered food from the places. Most people spoke English. Like most German people will speak English. I learned German, but I was so... like, I have so much anxiety, or I had so much anxiety as a kid that even if I was fluent in German, which I wasn't, I could speak a little bit because I was taking it in school. I still wouldn't be able to talk to people. So I couldn't talk to them in English. Like, it wouldn't make a difference. The fact that I'm talking to you right now would completely amaze younger me. Like, I'm talking to somebody on the other side of the world, having a full conversation, and I don't feel any amount of anxiety at all. It's incredible.
Yeah, I feel like going back to the Twitch stuff, I feel like that's like that for me. Like the fact that I talk to 40 people and kind of feel, you know, energized by the end of a stream is really weird, because if I go to a party, I like having like deep conversations. I like, you know, chatting a little bit, maybe dancing, but I'm very much like, okay, I'm just going to chill now. I'm done. Like, the thought of the kind of small talk that you do on here, I didn't sort of want to think about it. I was like, I'll just do it. I'll just see what it's like. And actually, it feels so different. But I think because you can start and stop whenever you want.
Right.
Whereas when you have to have a conversation with somebody in a group or
you're on
like
their terms.
So yeah, exactly. And you can kind of like get overwhelmed and then stuff. But yeah, no.
So yeah,
definitely
that's something we could talk about too. Is like growing up, I had this crazy level of anxiety. I couldn't order food. I could not call people on the phone. I actually can't really call people on the phone. I don't know how. I guess it's just because I got older that it like kind of faded away, or the fact that I had to go to university. I had to get a job. Like I had to kind of learn to deal with it.
Yeah, that's exactly it for me as well. Yeah, it's that like you have to knuckle through some of it, but I think it gets easier. I think there's a weird time in your life when you're like a young adult teenager kind of vibes, and people just don't really want to listen to you anyway. Like they kind of like, oh, can you know, if you come in and order some food and leave, it's fine. And I know some kids that were very kind of social, but I always just felt so much like I couldn't talk to anyone. And like my girlfriend always makes fun of, well, not makes fun of me, but she was always like saying about how like she basically used to tell me, just have a chat with that person, like the cashier, just like actually try
like,
and
no
talk.
We not.
But I was like, but you know, like what would I talk about? Like, do they want to hear about rocket science? I don't feel like it. But she was like, because she got me into like going to parties and stuff just because she had a big group of friends, and then she was like, it's the same thing. People just fancy the chat to make noise, and
some
and you
people
learn
do.
a little bit and you move along. But yeah, exactly, that's it. Like, But I had the same thing. I just kind of got older and was like, I kind of have to do this, like work emails, contacting a client, pretending to be like a business kind of, rather than just one guy in his shed streaming. Like, yeah.
I don't know. Like, I see people, like younger people on the internet, and they're like, oh, I have this crippling anxiety. I can't talk to anybody. I like don't know what to say. And I'm like, man, I wish I could help you. I don't know what I did, but it eventually just kind of went away.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think there is, like, I don't know. I think having something about you, like for me, film, and we were talking about magic and all of skateboarding and those things that I used to have. Having something else to put, like a topic to always come back to is nice, and that's really the thing for me, because like we've talked about this, like as much as I love film, I'm not necessarily somebody who wants to be, a movie director or anything like that. But people just want to tell you ideas about things they like in that industry, right? If you're doing something that people aren't super excited about, it's harder, because they're like, well, what do I ask you? What do what do we bring up, sort of thing. So that I've always just fallen on things like that.
All right, you're a movie guy. What is a best boy?
A best boy is this is gonna be one of those ones where I'd have failed one of my
No
tests,
Googling.
but I'm pretty sure the best boy is something to do with lighting or power, from what I remember.
There's both. There's the best boy grip, and then there's the best boy electrical grip.
Yeah, so grip is like basically you start off transporting and looking after the equipment, but then you eventually end up being the person actually holding the light and doing that, from what I understand.
Right, those names doesn't like this thumbnail.
Move on.
Hang on, let me find something else to be the thumbnail.
Have you seen those things where it's like, I've got a house party for 4 hours, I need some visuals for the background? Do you think they do that for, like, I'm streaming on Twitch, somebody just give me some visuals?
I mean, we could just look at a nice picture and make that the background. Oh, and key grip. Well, we're just talking about best boys. All I wanted to know was, because that name, best boy, it implies a level of quality.
No, I think it's from what I remember, a slightly patronizing sort of 40s, give me the best boy on the job, bring him up here, I need him on camera one.
We'll pay him 20 cents a day. Yeah, those were the days.
But that's the thing with film is there's like two sides of it. There's like the modern, the equipment, all that, and then there's the like old school. Everything has to be the golden era still, because that was when it was right. Both kind of live somewhat.
Oh wait, I've got a good thing I can show on stream.
Ooh.
Okay, here, let's see if this is the one. It's a comic. Just a little comic here.
I just seen Emmy's message. I have to look at this penis man. I didn't see the resemblance, but now looking back on it in my mind, I can't see anything else.
All right, will it load? Let's play the game. Will it load? There it is. All right. Can I open this image so that I can then show it on the stream? There we go. So this is I guess this is what people are trying to capture, right?
Okay.
So you're trying to you're talking about the golden age of Hollywood or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, is this this is what we're going for? We got to go back in time.
Yeah, we got to connect with something. There must be something there.
Whenever we got to get back to our roots.
Yeah.
Primitivism. All right.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's like they want to go back and say that this was when it was best, and also they want to move forward and challenge all of that, because otherwise you end up creating the same stuff. Like, that's where it feels like movies are at the moment. It's just like we're still creating movies that feel about 10-15 years old. There's not, the only edgy thing is maybe that one character or something like that. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of movies, so I can't speak one way or the other. Like, I feel like special effects have advanced to the point where you can render whatever you want given enough time and a budget.
Yeah.
So the days of the practical special effect are kind of, I wouldn't say gone, because there's a lot of filmmakers who still do that kind of stuff. I don't know how this applies to filmmaking techniques or whatever. I mean, there's only so much you can do with a movie. Like, you film scenes and you put them together in a way that makes sense. Like, where's the innovation there?
Yeah, well, and I guess the whole thing about, I don't know if you've heard this before, the fact there's only really 7 stories, like...
Oh, yeah,
people-
man versus man versus self, all that stuff.
Rich to poor, you know, all of that sort of thing, and it is true. And then there's only really one meta story. The whole, you know, you have the first act, things start to build up. Second act, things get really bad by the end, and third act, it all comes back together.
But what about the 5-act structure?
Oh, that's plays, right? That's like stage shows, things like that.
Did Urban see that site that Vulcan Writer showed Alien with the computer-generated faces? Oh, do we need to look at computer-generated faces?
I did. Yeah, you should check this out because this is a.
All right, link it to me.
I'm trying to remember what Vulcan said it was called, but I'm sure he's going to get the link up quickly.
All right, Vulcan, you get the link. We'll go check it out.
This is like that AI dungeon kind of thing, but for faces.
Oh. I got rid of Penis Man and gained more viewers. I don't know that there's any correlation there. They might have just hopped on Twitch, saw that I was live, and then popped in.
That's rule 2 of Twitch in my mind, is never look at the view count and compare it to what you just did.
Yeah, because it's like 10 to 15 minutes out of sync for the most part.
If anything, we might have lost some viewers when that went away.
Oh, this person does not exist. Okay, I'm familiar with this one. Let me go ahead and snag the link there. This is fun. We're like I said, this is going to be a very fluid stream, and that's about where we're at now.
I like the mixed medium. We've kind of gone podcasty at times. We've gone.
Okay, so it's just random image generators. So we're looking at a little kid. I mean, that's a pretty dang good little kid.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even see the seams where they sewed all the pieces.
Yeah, where the brush came in. But what there must be a statistic that eventually it's got to look like exactly like someone, right? There's 7 billion people.
This could absolutely look like somebody. Somebody could definitely look like that.
I guess the thing is that this was not a photograph, right?
This is not. I mean, it is. It's kind of a photograph in the sense that
it's merged between.
It's it's like all meshed together, right? The beginning of the deep fake trend. There was actually a one. Let me see if I can. Wait, no, I don't want to Google that. Hang on. I can't have you guys looking at my search history. Let me do this on the other screen. Nobody clip that.
Yeah, go behind the veil.
What was it called? AI generated faces, I think. Basically, you can generate faces. No, that's not what I wanted. AI generated feet. Okay, let's not look at that one. Wow.
Yeah. What does the view count do if we click on that?
I don't want to know. Okay, here we go. Can I use this? DALL-E, creating images from text. We've trained a neural network named DALL-E that creates images from text captions for a wide range of concepts expressible in natural language. Okay. Can I type it in? Or do I have to download something?
There's some examples, right?
Yeah, these are just an extreme close-up of a capybara sitting in a field. These are AI generated images. That's pretty good.
What, based on what they fed it, or literally? I guess they must have some.
The prompt was an extreme close-up of a capybara sitting in a field.
And they just gave it before that every single image on Google or something like that.
I guess I didn't read the whole thing at the beginning. A capybara made of voxels sitting in a field. Yep, that's definitely a capybara made of voxels. Hey, aliens here.
Hey, possibly an alien.
What is happening? I don't know if you're just like asking like, hey, how's it going? Or if you're like, what the heck is going on right here? As we look at AI generated capybaras.
The British guy stole my spot.
Hey, you snooze, you lose. A photograph of a bust of Homer.
Okay.
Okay.
I really hoping one was going to be Homer Simpson, like it doesn't know the difference.
I guess I mean, hey, maybe one of these could be. We don't know. But no, it looks like...
left is getting there. It's kind of...
So artists are now no longer necessary.
Yeah.
We need
we were talking
only
about this with Ailey.
type the prompt in. A plain white cube looking at its own reflection in a mirror. Plain white cube gazing at itself in the mirror.
There's always this thing at art school that they basically want. You've got one teacher that's always telling you that you shouldn't have done this, and this was a really bad idea, and that art's going to be no longer relevant, and photographs are getting replaced with Instagram or this, that, and the other. So,
what is the part where I can type in my own and get an image?
Yeah, we want to use it. We want to make.
Yeah, I want to make it. I have to look at the code now. I don't have time to do that. Or maybe I do.
You have to rewrite it.
Oh, I gotta like download it from GitHub. Jeez, forget that. That's too much work.
But think of all the emotes you can make. Like we could just type in.
Wait a minute, I could just I could automatically generate emotes.
Yeah, and then
that'd be amazing.
You know, the joy is whatever it comes up with, not how close it is. Just like, well, I told it to do it, so you know, here we go.
All right, let's see if I can find it here. I've done this before. It's like basically you type in a prompt and then it turns it into like a face.
Yeah, I want to say there was a game someone was working on that did this, but it could only learn, like if somebody made one example, then it could change that, but it couldn't necessarily come up with things from scratch.
All right, I think I found one. All right, so all we have to do is type in what should the AI draw. Okay, yeah, cookies are fine. That's fine.
Should we start more generic and then see? Like,
okay.
Does it know Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift
on a unicycle
doing a hot tub stream.
I really hope it has a mini chat in the corner and everything.
All right, so we'll let it go. Scroll down to wait time for details. I gotta wait. To add, okay, wait, this is like, wait, I gotta pay now? Buy, for commercial use. Okay, well, I don't care about, we'll just wait. We'll let it spin.
2 to 20 minutes, apparently, I just read there. I like
that.
We gotta like bake it, basically.
Yeah, it's baking in the oven right now, guys. So we'll wait for it to finish baking. And while we're here, you guys can think of the next prompt, and then we'll go ahead and throw that in.
Yeah, we should get one from chat.
So let's see. So we talked about British stereotypes. We talked about American stereotypes. I think it's the time of the night where we start talking about food.
Yeah, gotta fill some air.
So let's let this bake, and I want you to kind of throw some American foods at me.
What that I think are like quintessential American.
Either that or things that you've heard of and you're like, how the heck do people eat that?
What is the right? The biscuit is a different thing.
Yes,
than it is
biscuit. So
because there's also brisket, right? That's
brisket is a meat,
right?
Biscuit is like a baked bread type product.
Okay, but hard or soft?
It tends to be. It can be either one. So you've got these like fluffy baked biscuits, and then you have like the harder. Typically, when someone says biscuit, they mean these like soft, fluffy ones.
Yeah.
And then these are, of course, the UK briskets.
By the looks of it.
This is what you call a scone.
That to me, I mean, I can't quite see the. Is it hard on the outside slightly?
It's like crispy, but it's soft on the inside typically.
Okay, so maybe that's more like a rock cake or something like that. But yeah, that's not a million miles for a scone. But then,
I'm trying to think if I can find. So this is a UK biscuit basically. It's like a cookie.
Yeah, that's. I would say that we had the digestive thing. That's probably the most.
Boy.
Like whatever that is. No, that's not.
See now as we get lower, it starts getting more international.
Yeah. See, go up a little bit. There's the kind of selection of them all laid out. Like
these ones
lower.
here.
Oh, that will do it. Yeah, that's like a fancy biscuit, right? That's like it's Christmas. It's that bit.
You get like a tin of cookies. Yeah.
But then if you go down more, there was, I think it's in the corner of that as well underneath, with the kind of like ring that's half chocolate and stuff. right underneath on the right, the actual big image.
Oh, these ones.
There it is. Yeah. That's what my nan would have lying around.
Oh yeah, like
hey,
everybody's
I'm making a pot of
grandma
tea, like,
would have a tin
yeah.
of these like weird cookies.
Yeah, see, it sounds like that's probably pretty similar between the two places.
Vulcan Rider wants to know, what is My Immortal other than a song? It's a infamous Harry Potter fan fiction. Infamous. Oh, here we go. Yeah, these are going to be this is a harder biscuit.
Yeah, okay.
Like, it's still soft, but it's a little crispier. This is from Popeyes.
Right.
So this is another type of biscuit you can make.
I think we'd call that a rock cake. But then
really?
It looks like a scone on the left. Directly, yeah, there was one that looked much more like a scone or a scone.
So let me find a rock cake here.
An alien saying that her Jamaican grandma also had that. So I think that's just a universal thing.
Yeah, everybody's got that.
Grandmas love that tin.
So this is a rock cake. Yeah, these are definitely more cookies. I don't think this is not close to a biscuit.
Right. Okay.
You might just not have our Southern style biscuits. It's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Oh, Jamaican. Speaking of Jamaican.
Oh, see, yeah, because I feel like I've had Jamaican biscuits as well.
Vulcan Rider hates Popeye biscuits. He could throw one through a window. They're not that hard. I mean, they're not great. They're probably my favorite part. Because for a long time, I didn't care much for fried chicken. So I would just eat the biscuits. But now I'll take the chicken and leave the biscuit. All right, what's another one? So we looked at biscuits. Do we need to look at deep fried Oreos?
Deep fried Oreos? I hadn't even heard of that.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess deep fried anything.
Yeah, because we've got the deep fried Mars bar. That's like a northern thing, like Manchester way. Oh, it might even be Scotland. I can't remember.
All right, deep fried Oreos. Here we go. Look at that.
Oh, the middle one that's kind of green. That is.
Wait, this one?
Is not appealing. Yeah, is it?
It's not green. I think it's just like it's got the batter's very thin, so the black of the Oreo is kind of turning greenish as it shines through.
Yeah, that's not good.
Deep fried ice cream. Yeah, we got that.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, deep fried ice cream. I can understand. Wait, is the batter still like vegetable, like oil, right? It's not.
Well, you fry it in vegetable oil. The
Yeah.
batter itself is going to be made from like flour and other stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it just looks like that.
Yeah. So like a profiterole, but sort of the cheaper kind of like thrown together alternative.
Sure, whatever that thing is you just said.
So put in profiterole. I can't even say that.
How do you spell that?
That's like a really. This is like you're in France and
profiterole.
Like, yeah. I can.
Okay.
Finding extra consonants.
It's French. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's kind of looks like like a macaron.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's got that same sort of.
Man, that looks good though. I would eat those. I would eat that whole thing. Not even feel bad.
I went to a cafe once, and this is my brother's favorite food. Like he'll order this anywhere, but I don't know if they just hadn't ever really seen one, but they brought out what we would call a crusty bun, as in like a French stick, right? You know what French? I guess that's universal.
No.
Like a baguette.
Oh, okay, a baguette. I know what a baguette is.
But then imagine that kind of bread enclosed around ice cream. So it's like savory bread just around ice cream, and we were just like looking at this thing like.
I mean, I would eat that. Are they taking
the piss? But there's not
great.
the same as what. Okay.
Oh, you're saying that they were serving this as a profiterole,
as a dessert with chocolate sauce, yeah.
I mean, I would eat it. But I will eat pretty much anything. All right, Alien demands My Immortal. We'll do chapter 2 real quick.
Okay.
Author's note. Thanks to Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the chapter. BTW, preps stop flaming my story, okay? Do you know what a prep is?
Like a preppy person,
well, so they're called that because they go to preparatory school. So they tend to be like snobby and rich.
Yeah.
All right. The next day I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the door of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony, and inside it was hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends. I got out of my coffin and took off my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears and put my hair in a kind of messy bun. My friend Willow, author's note, Raven, this is you, woke up and then grinned at me. She flipped her long, waist-length, raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini, fishnets, and pointy high-heeled boots. Don't they have a uniform at Hogwarts? Like they have to wear robes?
Yeah, and you got to have your house one, right? You got to Slytherin, your green.
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah. She don't care. She's a rebel.
We put on our makeup, black lipstick, white foundation, and black eyeliner. Oh, MFG, I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly. Yeah, so, I said, blushing. Do you like Draco? She asked as she went out of the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall. No, I so fucking don't, I shouted. Yeah, right, she exclaimed. Just then, Draco walked up to me. Hi, he said. Hi, I replied, flirtily. Guess what? He said. What? I asked. Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me. No. Oh my fucking god. I screamed. I love Good Charlotte. They're my favorite band besides MCR. No. Well, do you want to go with me? He asked. I gasped. Chapter 3. Author's note. Stop flamming the story preps, okay? Otherwise, thanks to the Gothic people for the good reviews. Thanks again, Raven. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't own this or the lyrics for Good Charlotte. All right. Alien, you've never heard of My Immortal? Oh, that's actually great. I'm glad that I can share this experience with you. Let's check in on our art in the oven.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there she is.
Oh, what?
It's Taylor Swift in the hot tub with some other stuff. Is this supposed to be the stream overlay?
Blow that up? Yeah, what? That's actually, I was joking that it would get like an overlay.
No, it's 256 by 256. This is as good as it gets.
But still, like, there's like the camera in the bottom corner. There's something of a hot tub.
That's true.
And that does actually look
in the
like
hot tub.
Yeah, but the donation or whatever that's meant to be. That is insane.
That's true. That's the overlay. That's the webcam with the green screen because it's transparent. And then you've got.
What was the exact prompt again? I want to like see.
It was was it Taylor Swift doing a hot tub stream?
So it knew from stream, and I guess hot tub is kind of just. Yeah, that is. Oh my god.
You guys want? Okay,
so
what are we doing for the next one?
Yeah, chat's got to come up with something. I was thinking that was way too specific.
You really? All right.
Yeah, I thought it wouldn't get the context kind of thing. Like, but yeah, that's.
I guess it actually worked. Oh, that's the Capri Sun commercial. All right, here we go. So the next person to type out a prompt in chat will get your prompt loaded up. Oh, we can do different styles as well. I'm gonna go photorealistic.
Yeah, let's see what we can do.
Substyle, photo taken on an iPhone.
Oh, we've got Pax Dragon there.
Hey, Pax Dragoon showed up. And he says, teenage vampire making out with Draco Malfoy. We're not to that part in the story yet. Don't spoil it. Benedict Cumberbatch. Except she spelled batch with a Q, but I know what you mean. Benedict Cumberbatch. Painting. Like Bob Ross. I'm adding that extra part for you.
Okay.
All right, we'll let that bake for a bit.
Yeah, I love the fact we have to let it bake.
Let it stew in its juices for a few minutes. And okay, so we're back at profiteroles. All right, what is the next American food we want to look at? Or do I have to come up with them?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You might be able to give me something because I'm trying to think of like southern food or something
fried pickles.
That is more.
You know about fried pickles?
Fried pickles. I can kind of guess. I think we probably have something not too far from fried pickles, but you show me in.
Fried pickles.
Yeah, pretty much what I was expecting.
You're not totally grossed out by those?
I don't think I'd eat them, but I mean, frying stuff is one of those you can't really go wrong, right? If you like it, you like it. your heart is probably the only thing that's going to regret it.
Here we go. Chitterlings.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not. Wait, what?
You never heard of chitlins?
No, I'm seeing like almost like calamari in some of those pictures.
It's
so,
pig intestines.
Okay, right. Okay. So the picture there of it on the plate, what's the prep for that? Like, you stew it or?
Yeah, you gotta boil it for a long time. Basically, you squeeze out all the junk, make sure it's nice and clean, then you boil it. And then you can like mix it in with like vegetables and stuff. Like this looks like kind of a stir fry.
Yeah. See, that doesn't look too bad. That looks like some stuff I've had like African style cooking, right? Where you just like a combination of a bunch of stuff, and
which is very southern.
Okay,
like there's a lot going on there. Realip says I've tried fried pickles, not a fan.
Yeah,
and you have not tried chitlins. Will not try. No, I tried chitlins. Absolutely disgusting. We had like a cultural exchange day type thing, and one of my friend's dads, who was from the South, brought in chitlins, and it was, well, they tasted like poop, and that's not what you want.
Because I was gonna say I'm not a meat eater, but you know, I wouldn't turn my nose up at essentially. Is when you said you have to take all the stuff out the inside. So is that basically what the pig had before it was off, like?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. That's where I get off the train.
Yeah. No, don't. Just, it's not worth it. All right, we're gonna look at hush puppies. Have you ever heard of hush puppies?
Is that? No, not. I was thinking slush puppies. So.
Slush puppies. It's deep fried cornmeal things.
Oh, I think I've had
little
something
fritters,
like
I guess. It's kind of like
fritters. Yeah.
Like falafel, but with cornmeal instead of chickpeas.
Yeah, I'm noticing a theme, by the way. There's you take it and then you put it in some sort of batter and fry it. Like that's, you know, just seals the deal. It's gonna work, sort of thing, every time.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll notice a kind of a running theme with what I've been showing you is that everything's fried.
The thing that reminded me of, I forgot what they were called, the chitlings. We've got something. What is the name of that?
Haggis?
Cracklin. Have you heard of?
Oh, that's just pork rind, right? Fried pork rinds.
Yeah, pork rind. Yeah. That was.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, okay, cool.
All right, hang on. How about this one? The KFC Double Down.
yeah, we've got this going on.
Oh, the KFC Double Bypass is more like it. Oh boy.
Okay. Yeah. See, this is the thing where people are like, "Oh, you're missing out on good fast food, not eating meat," and I'm like, "Nah."
No, I draw the line at using meat as the bun.
Yeah. I just imagine the pictures, like the nice pictures, don't look great. So what is I can see in the bottom right there what it actually starts to look like, and
like the reality versus
the expectation.
Yeah, the expectation versus reality. We got you guys can't really see because my head is blocking. Sorry.
And how's it going, Realip? I saw you saying that's the key. That's the very important.
You guys can see good enough. Right? Yeah, I don't fried food is fine. I just think there's a lot of it that is probably unnecessary in modern America. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, look at this.
Ooh.
Benedict Cumberbatch painting like Bob Ross in the style of photo taken on an iPhone. So I guess this is meant to be Benedict Cumberbatch, but then we're just in a Bob Ross landscape.
You know the thing that would seal the deal? I don't know how much Bob Ross you've watched, but it's the giant tree right in the foreground. That would be the only thing that would.
He's got to beat the devil out of it. Is what needs to happen next.
Yeah.
All right, we've got another one. Who is gonna come up with the next one? Next person to put in the prompt. Before I make Urban do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up with a backup one if not, because
all right,
I want to get it. I want to break it.
We could do it in anime. Oh, Japanese art style.
Oh, okay, the classic Japanese.
Like
style.
The wood print
cool.
type stuff.
Yeah, or the screen print stuff.
All right.
I want to know because it got Taylor Swift close enough.
Yeah.
But Taylor Swift is kind of generic in terms of
Just,
like
wow.
blonde lady. No, but
Coming
like
out with the hot take.
She's not got a very specific kind of look about her.
You know, we'll do RM, I guess. We'll see if the riding a roller coaster in the style of Japanese anime. Substyle Berserk. Oh, we better not do Berserk. That'd be too funny. Roller coaster.
Let me put it in the oven. Let me leave it for 2.
Is
20
roller
minutes.
coaster not one word?
I think it is technically 2, but
okay.
It's like Roller Coaster Tycoon is 1, right?
RM riding a roller coaster. Hopefully it figures out who RM is, but we'll check back in soon. All right, enough food. We have to go to chapter 3 because Alien was having so much fun. All right, here we go. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all this corset stuff on the back and front. I put on matching fishnets on my arms. I straightened my hair and made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then, so I slit one of my wrists.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding, and I listened to some Good Charlotte. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. Then I put on some black lipstick. I didn't put on foundation because I was pale anyway. I drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to the concert. I went outside. Draco was waiting there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a Simple Plan t-shirt. They would play at the show too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and a little eyeliner. Author's note: a lot faux cool boys wear it, okay? Oh, a lot of cool boys wear it, okay. Hi, Draco. Hi, Draco, I said in a depressed voice. Hi, Ebony, he said back. We walked into his flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666, and flew to the place with the concert. On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. You come in cold, you're covered in blood. They're all so happy you've arrived. The doctor cuts your cord, hands you to your mom. She sets you free into this life, sang Joel. I don't own the lyrics to that song. Joel is so fucking hot, I said to Draco, pointing to him as he sung, filling the cab with his amazing voice. Suddenly, Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked as we moshed to the music. Then I caught on. Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you, I said. Really? Asked Draco sensitively, and he put his arm around me, all protective. Really, I said. Besides, I don't even know Joel, and he's going out with Hillary fucking Duff. I fucking hate that little bitch, I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos with them. We got Good Charlotte concert tees. Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes-Benz, but Draco didn't go back into Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into the Forbidden Forest. End of chapter 3. All right, let's check in on our oven. Oh, it's still processing.
It's still baking.
All right, so we're getting there. Urban has to read it. He's a Hogwarts graduate. I don't think that's true.
I don't think anyone wants to see me read it.
Nobody.
It'll be a slow one.
I think, yeah. Urban's not a big reader. All right, what is?
Also, I'm watching a screen share and it's like I can barely make out a letter. So.
Oh, is it bad?
Yeah, it's not like terrible. Like I can see the food alright and stuff like that.
Okay,
But,
that's good.
Me trying to lean forward and read it would not
Sure,
work
yeah.
well.
All right, what is next on the food list? There's got to be something you've heard of. Like, do people actually eat that?
See, all I can think of is like junk food, fast food stuff. I'm trying to think of something a little bit more.
Apple pie.
I think of like, yeah, apple. Yeah, that's pretty standard. I was trying to think of weird combinations as well.
Oh, weird combinations. Let's see. Ooh. I can't think of it. I can't think of any off the top of my head. When is Gardic phone? As soon as we have enough people, I guess.
Yeah, whenever.
So if you're interested in Gartic Phone, just say yes in the chat, and if we get at least 4 people, then we can go ahead and give it a shot. Oh, it's done. Look, it's RM on a roller coaster.
Wow.
Wow, it really captured his essence.
Yeah, I mean, and the kind of like perspective, you got the foreground, the like roller coaster in the background as well. There's some sort of like,
it's like waves,
clouds. Yeah, waves.
Clouds, waves. Yeah, it's very, very anime-ish.
I'm really impressed by this thing. I'm starting to worry about, you know,
being replaced.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I like that it has different style options. That's really cool. All right, what is next, guys? Well, we can flying dragons in the style of Picasso is their example. So feel free to just like go crazy with, like the prompts. Like the longer, the better.
The first one we did, that's what really got me, because it understands the look of a stream and stuff, which isn't like, because Picasso, you're like, yeah, sure, they fed it every Picasso painting.
Sure, yeah.
Dragons are a generic thing, but like knowing an exact person and the way that the, you know, the look of a stream should be or something.
I mean, this is exactly how my stream looks right now. We've got the little tracker in the bottom, we got the webcam on the right.
Yeah.
We've got the hot tub in the back, of course, where I'm writing people's names on my arms and legs. It's amazing.
The stray limb just like kind of floating out of the corner. Yeah.
Here we go. I'm just gonna make one up. A sad clown using a garlic phone.
Okay. Cool.
In the style of.
Oh, we've got a few suggestions as well.
Oh wait, that's a good one. Okay, Goku cooking spaghetti. In the style of.
We're telling it to
Salvador Dali. Oh wait, Pax Dragoon was in there first. Okay, we'll do both of these.
Yeah.
So we'll do a lonely half squirrel. I don't know what the other half will be, but I guess we'll let the program decide. Under a grilled cheese sandwich in the style of Salvador Dali. All right, and we'll do that in painting Salvador Dali. All right, so we'll let that bake. All right, what were we talking about? And then we'll get, don't worry, Alien, we'll get Goku cooking spaghetti.
Oh, we were trying to find a weird combination. I was trying to find I was trying to think of either something British or American that's like
really weird.
I guess because like, is Marmite a thing as much in the US?
No.
No, okay.
No Marmite, no Vegemite. Nobody will touch that stuff here.
Yeah, because I've never even really tried it, but I think that's like one of those ones that flavor palette, the kind of like pickly, vinegary, right? Because what is like an American use for vinegar?
You drink it.
On what, like just on its own?
Oh no. So vinegar, you'd use it for pickling stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Most people use vinegar. I mean, the most use I've seen of it is to clean stuff.
Right, but you're not putting it on fries.
No. Like fries is a more ketchup-y type thing in the US.
Yeah, because that's the fish and chips. That's the chips, right? It's like big wedges of potato, slightly soggy, lot of salt, lot of vinegar.
All right, let's take a look at some fish and chips here. Not fish and chips. All right, well, Google knows what I mean. Let's look at some fish and chips and kind of compare. So this is the big wedgy ones. These fries are, this is not chips. These are fries.
No, those we call them chips, but they are.
No, but like this is not what you mean.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, those ones are a little bit more like.
Okay, this you can't. In my head might be in the way for you guys, but these are like just potato wedges.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This is a good one. Although this looks, I guess this is Scottish.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we moved on to the next one. Yeah. I don't know. That just looks very kind of plain. I don't know sure what's going on in the batter there.
Yeah, it looks kind of like shake and bake. So Emmykins is saying making red velvet cake is vinegar. Pax Dragoon says dyeing Easter eggs is a use for vinegar. And what do you? Oh, yeah. What do you call potato chips? Crisps, right?
Oh, as in like like a packet of
like Lay's or something.
Yeah, but we call them Walkers, but I think it's the same company.
Ooh, this looks good.
Yeah, but yeah, crisps. Yeah.
Man,
Not
now I
bad.
want fish and chips. What the heck? This is a bad idea.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. They're pretty good. My partner loves the like fish and chips, but I'm definitely more like fries. That's more my level.
You like them? You like them smaller and crispier?
Yeah, and like the saltiest kind of thing.
Yeah,
fish and chips are quite plain. Like, yeah, it's the vinegar that it does the actual flavor.
All right, I'm gonna try to think of the weirdest American food that I know of that's not chitlins, because we already did that one. I guess. Here we go. So pickled pig's feet.
Yeah, that's not. I've seen it.
all right.
I feel like that's what I've had. Like we were saying about like African cooking, I've definitely tried.
Sure, yeah. Use every part of the buffalo, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to let those pig's feet go to waste. Just how about this one? All right, here it is. Clamato. Have you heard of this?
Clamato, okay.
Clamato.
No,
Oh, we're doing
looks
Rocky
like-
Mountain oysters?
It looks like a Bloody Mary, but I'm guessing it's
Yeah,
not that.
so it's a mixture of tomato juice and clam juice that you then use to make a
Right.
clamato cocktail type thing.
Okay. And what's the occasion like?
I don't know. I've never had it. I just know that it exists and I don't know why. Bud Light
can I go in-
clamato.
Can I go into like Ralph's and get this, or is this like?
No,
have I
yeah, you
gotta-
just go to 7-Eleven and pick up a Bud Light
Yeah,
Chilada, the original made with clamato. Bud Light lager beer with a natural flavor and certified color, 4.2% alcohol by volume. That seems very low, but I suppose that's pretty typical for an American beer.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, no, I would. Yeah, I'd say the nearest thing is Bloody Mary. That's about the only thing I've seen like that.
I feel like with Rocky Mountain oysters, like you can't, if you show them off, it's like, what is that? Nobody cares. You kind of have to explain what they are. Cow tongue, oars. Yeah, I guess American beer is kind of a joke, right?
Yeah, although actually, but Budweiser's pretty much one of those like standard beers for like drinking at home here.
Oh, really?
You don't get it on draft much because like Europe has a big thing about ales. So
Yeah. America's got more of a lager obsession for some reason.
Yeah, our lagers are more like the Belgian and German stuff, and they're like very like you can drink like a lot more of them sort of thing, which is where like Bud is a perfectly good beer kind of thing.
So I looked up weird foods Americans eat, and one of the top images is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, we don't really do that much.
All right, fair.
But I'm trying to think, because wait, hang on, jelly is what we call
Jam,
right?
Well, we also have jam, so we have a differentiation between jelly and jam and preserves.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so let's ambrosia fruit salad. Have you heard of that?
yeah, I have.
Biscuits and gravy.
That's it. That's why I was. Yeah, that's why I was wondering about.
Hang on, I'm just gonna bring this over, and we'll just go down the list.
Yeah.
No, go away. Ambrosia fruit salad, which is just absolutely gross.
Yeah, egg salad-y kind of vibes.
I feel like Emmykins has made that before, and I'm just like, nope, keep that away from me.
Is that something that's contemporary though? That feels like the 70s. Like that's.
No, people still make it.
Okay, cool.
I mean, Emmykins wasn't alive in the 70s, so clearly it's
cinnamon toast.
But cinnamon toast is good though.
Yeah, cinnamon toast.
All right, biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravy is great. Chicken and waffles.
Yeah. Wait, hang on. So explain biscuit and gravy. That's the one that I was really like don't understand.
Oh, it's just biscuit with gravy. Like, what's not to understand?
That gravy is white. Gravy is like.
Okay,
stock,
yeah.
right?
So this is I don't know how. I'm not a cooking person.
Yeah.
There is a difference between this. This is like pepper gravy. It's not like it's made with chicken stock, sausage gravy. There you go.
Okay.
That's the word I was thinking of. It's got a lot of pepper in it.
White sauce here. I think that's what I've had. You have it with steak, right? Is that?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, peppermints.
Because we have like the brown gravy that you would put on like mashed potatoes or whatever. And then we have this white gravy that's different.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea. Chicken and waffles.
Yeah, chicken and waffles.
Absolutely. Corn dogs. You know about corn dogs, of course. Everybody knows corn dogs.
We don't. That's not a thing you can get in the UK particularly.
I have eaten so many corn dogs in my life.
So corn dog is a sausage.
So it's a hot dog on a stick dipped in cornbread batter and fried.
Right. Okay. Cool.
That's it.
But the thing about those is they look like they're made in like some sort of factory. Like they're so perfectly round.
I mean, this one probably is.
Right, because that's the thing that I always notice with American food is it's like a product. It's like it's almost packaged and everything in such a way. Like
we have a county fair here that we go to, and you know you can order a corn dog and they'll put a hot dog on a stick and then put it in the batter and then fry it up right there.
Okay.
So it is a fair food ultimately.
Yeah.
All right, we got grits. Are you familiar with grits?
No, I feel like I was expecting something different when I've heard grits.
Ground up corn kernels boiled in milk.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like it's a porridge basically.
Yeah. Kind of like a chowder as well.
It's but there's not really any. It's very flavorless by itself.
Yeah.
You put in butter. Some people put in cheese. And put in the same gravy that you use with the biscuits.
Isn't that more of a Canadian thing as well with the cheese and grits or something like that?
I don't know, because grits is more of a southerner food.
Right.
All right, we got Miracle Whip.
Yeah, what is Miracle Whip again?
It's just like worse mayonnaise.
Okay. Yeah.
Part mayonnaise, part sandwich bread, part salad dressing. 100% disgusting.
So yeah, it's just like all the factory was making all of these things. We put it in one jar and that was good. So yeah, okay.
I think it's meant to be a healthier alternative to mayonnaise.
Okay.
But it's not really, like if you look at the actual stuff. Ooh, olive loaf.
Olive loaf.
That
just looks like a Subway.
It's the meat. It's like a bologna but with olives like mixed in with it. So you have the little slices of olives inside the meat.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like olives, so that would totally turn me off. Peanut butter and jelly, which I guess is strange.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, we definitely have like sandwiches where you have jam and butter, but you wouldn't normally have.
So butter and jam. We've got peanut butter.
Yeah.
And
it's
jelly.
like an extra step.
The Sloppy Joe. Are you familiar with the Sloppy Joe?
Kind of, but I wouldn't say I know what's going on there.
It's
ground beef.
Yeah, it's ground beef mixed with like spices and seasonings, and then you just put it on a bun.
Yeah.
Like a sloppy hamburger. I don't really like them.
I feel like my only experience with a Sloppy Joe is I ordered one while I was in New York and thought that like something had gone wrong in the kitchen. And I was like, hang on, my burger's gone.
Can I have a new sandwich? Somebody threw up on mine.
Exactly.
Oh, here we go. This is it.
No.
This is the greatest food known to man.
But why is it presented like sushi?
The Spam musubi. This is it's presented like sushi because it is sushi.
Yeah, okay.
You fry up a piece of Spam, you put some rice on there, you wrap it with some seaweed, boom, instant snack. Vulcan Rider loves Spam. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, is there a link between being in the army and loving Spam? Because that everyone I know
there were a lot of people in the army that didn't like Spam. There's a link between growing up in Hawaii and liking Spam.
Oh, is it a big thing out there?
Yeah, because it's cheaper to get the Spam than it is to get the meat, because it's, you have to import everything because it's an island.
Sure.
So even though Spam is pretty expensive as far as meat products go, it's still cheaper than the actual meat typically.
Okay.
Oh, Scrapple. We'll look at Scrapple in a bit if it's not on this list. All right, here's the one that will confound even the most knowledgeable European. Spray cheese.
What cheese is spray cheese? Like,
it is the most processed form of cheese.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really cheese in the sense of.
But is it like cheddar-y? Is it like a kind of quite a strong cheese? Or
It's
is it
American.
Like very... yeah, that's it.
Yep, that's what it is.
Use your knife and yeah.
It's a pasteurized cheese snack. Actually, let's find a video of somebody using it. Oh, hang on. Wrong one. Spring spray cheese. Oh God. People try eating spray cheese for the first time. So here, this is what it looks like when it comes out of the can.
Yeah, yeah. See, I feel like I'm on board with it as long as it's not a strong cheese. The thing I would really not want is that to be like a cheese puff, kind of, you know, like really tangy. Oh God, that is so bad.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's like for kids, I guess, more so.
Yeah,
like kids will have fun with it. I had fun with it as a kid, but I would not even think about touching it as an adult.
I just really want to know what it smells like, and then never really get anywhere nearer than that.
It's well, listen. You know what? I don't remember it having any kind of particularly gross smell.
Okay.
It's just such a weird product. All right, we need to look up Scrapple. Now, let's get this out of here. We're still baking our art.
Yeah.
What the heck?
We really confused it.
It's having a tough time with that, I guess. All right, so we want to look at Scrapple.
Mm-hmm.
Scrapple, also known by the Pennsylvania Dutch name Panhaas, is a traditional mush of pork scraps and trimmings combined with cornmeal and wheat flour, often buckwheat flour and spices. Buckwheat flour. Doesn't that look appetizing? Yummy.
So what are you having it with? Because all of those are just on its own. Like, that's the meal.
That's it. Yeah, it's a full English breakfast right here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got some Scrapple, some toast, eggs, and hash browns.
But that's been cooked, right? That Scrapple there.
Yeah, that's been fried up.
Yeah.
So this is the loaf. This is like the raw loaf. And then you fry it up and eat it.
Oh, okay.
Scrapple and dippy eggs.
Dippy eggs, yeah.
So, you know, eggs over easy, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
here we got Guy Fieri. What's he doing? He's making Scrapple.
Like, do you like meat? Do you like bread? Why not?
Yeah.
Combine the two.
Yeah, you can't have any of this stuff.
No.
Basically everything in the US is not vegan friendly. Hello,
Yeah.
Clown Fiasco. Yo, don't hate on Scrapple. We're not hating on Scrapple. I'm sharing it. I've never had it. I'm sure it's fantastic. I like Spam, so I can't really talk. Are you from that part of the country, Clown Fiasco? Big Scrapple fan? Did I tell you guys I've told the Pennsylvania wedding story on the stream before, but maybe you guys haven't heard it.
I don't think I heard it.
Do I have to? Okay, I'll give you the trimmed down version. Yeah. My buddy got married last year, and he wanted me to go as one of his groomsmen. So I got to fly all the way out to Philadelphia and then drive up, or I guess not drive up, but I have to get to Philadelphia and then get to where the wedding is happening. And it basically is just a series of unfortunate events. I land in Philadelphia, no rental cars. Luckily, there's a train that will take me near to the place where the rehearsal is, because I flew in the day of the rehearsal. So we go to that place, we do the rehearsal. Turns out this is a full Latin Catholic mass, like a Catholic wedding mass. It's gonna be like 2 hours long in Latin, standing up, sitting down, kneeling. The next day, the day of the wedding, everybody gets up late because this is a bunch of like lazy 20-somethings for the most part.
Yeah.
We got to get our suits on. I had to get a dress shirt to wear underneath because I didn't know. I guess I was basically informed that, oh, it's not going to have a dress shirt. So we got to stop by Walmart to get a dress shirt. Then we go to the place to put on our suits. Oh, it came with the dress shirt. So, you know, there's 20 bucks down the drain.
Yeah.
Throw on the suit. It doesn't fit because I had to get it sight unseen.
Yeah.
Because they had to get it there. Then we go to the church. Everybody's late. And it's raining, which is fine, right? Like, it started raining in the morning. We're driving. We're in cars. It's okay. The church is inside. We do the Catholic Mass. It's like horrible. We're getting up. We're sitting down. We're kneeling. Yada, yada, yada. Then we go out to the reception. It's raining. And the reception is in a field in someone's backyard. So we make our way through the mud with shoes getting sucked off left and right.
Yeah.
And, you know, everybody's trying to have a good time. Like, we're there for the bride and groom. But it just keeps raining. It keeps raining. And it gets dark. And I'm like, okay, guys, I'm the only sober one here, so I'm driving y'all home. So I go out to the parking lot, which was like I don't know exactly how far away. It was like a couple minute drive because we had to park away from the venue because, you know, it's out in the country. They don't have a parking lot.
Yeah.
So I get a ride out there. I get the car, which I'm borrowing from one of the, I don't remember whose car it was. It might have been the groom's. And I'm like, okay, guys, I'm going to go get the car. I'm going to come back here. We're all going to get in the car. We're going to drive back to the house. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. So I go get the car. I drive back. I pull up. And nobody's there. And I'm like, okay. I'll just wait a little bit. So I wait like 5 minutes. I wait 10 minutes. Nobody shows up. Everybody's gone back to the reception to just stand around and be horrible. So I drive back to the parking lot. I park. I get a ride back to the reception. And I'm like, okay, guys, I thought we were leaving. Like, no, we got to go to the after party. We got to go to the hotel, man. And I'm like, okay, fine. I don't want to fight with a bunch of drunk people. I'll take you guys to the after party. We'll stay there for like 30 minutes and then we'll go back. I got to get up in the morning. I got to get to the airport by noon.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, whatever. Luckily, it was somebody's sister or somebody's relative had stolen a bag of chips from a Wawa and then smashed a wine bottle. So the after party was unceremoniously canceled. So luckily I got out of that. A Wawa is a gas station, by the way.
Yeah.
So we went back to the place where we were staying and everybody's like, all right, let's do some shots. And I'm like, it's midnight at this point and I have to catch a plane at noon. So I need to be in the city by like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, guys, you guys do some shots and we'll put on some YouTube videos and we'll all just settle down and go to bed. Because for some reason, I have to be the adult in this situation. Somehow, I don't know. Yeah. So we do that. I'm like, okay, we'll put on some YouTube videos. Eventually, they're just like, yeah, let's do more shots. I'm like, you know what, guys? I'm going to bed. You guys do whatever you want. I got to get up early. And before this, I had planned that I would get a ride from one of the guys who was related. He was like a relative of the groom.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, well, my family's got to go back to the city, so we'll just give you a ride. So I wake up and he's like, oh, I can't give you a ride because we're not going till later. Luckily, there was another guy going and I was able to catch a ride with him. Except, here's the thing. He had a Tinder date that morning because he had gotten a Tinder date the night before that he took to the wedding.
Nice.
But then he had to meet her again the next day for breakfast or lunch or whatever. And he's like, I can take you as far as downtown, but then from there you got to find your own way to the airport. And I'm like, all right, I'm an adult. I know how to do this. So I'm lost in downtown Philadelphia, trying to find a train station. I have to walk up to some guy on the street and be like, hey, where's the entrance to this station? I can't find it anywhere. He has to point across the street to these stairs. I'm like, okay, good. So I barely made it to the airport and then I flew back and then I swore to never leave the state again. Anyway, that's my Philadelphia wedding story. It was awful. I hated it. Did not have fun.
Yeah.
Never going to a wedding again.
Would not recommend. I want to know how the Tinder thing worked out.
Yeah, that guy was like just, I don't know how he managed to pull that off. I mean, he's a pretty good looking guy, so yeah. So that they hung out. I think
in my life.
she was like a professor at the university too.
Oh, okay.
So he flies in for 2 days, gets a date that he takes to a wedding, and then meets her again before he flies out. I don't know. Some people just have it.
Yeah, like Classy doesn't spend the night. Like they you know,
You know
see
what?
the separate ways.
I'll do you one better, Pax Dragoon. Let me bring it up here. It wasn't a suburb. It was out in the middle of nowhere. I can probably tell you how to get there because I had to do it. All right, it's Google Earth time, boys.
Rilip saying he avoids drunk people. I think that is the thing. Unless you're drinking, you don't want to be around drunk people.
Yeah. All right, so here is Philadelphia. Right here, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I flew in. Where did we go? Please touch museum. Don't mind if I do. So we had to go up to... Oh, geez. Allentown. So we went up to here. It was like around here somewhere. My buddy lives in Bethlehem. In fact, he lives somewhere in this part of Bethlehem. And the reception was like out here, like somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. And I basically had to get a ride all the way back to Philadelphia.
And what is that? Because like to me, that in the UK that's like an hour, but I'm guessing it.
No, that's it's about an hour.
Okay, yeah.
A little, depending on traffic, a little less.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Philly to Allentown isn't too bad.
Okay.
Yep, there's Lehigh University. I want to say his house was like up here. It's like up on the hill somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. Yeah. If you guys could just show up to his house, he still lives there.
Hey, can you tell us the story from the other side? And also, how did that?
I mean, I'm sure he had a great time. Like, he got married. That was kind of nice. There is nothing up there. I mean, yeah. So we had the reception dinner like somewhere in here. It's like in the middle of nowhere. And then the wedding was like out here. The wedding was in Philadelphia. It was in like one of the suburbs. I don't remember where exactly. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is Welsh, isn't it? Bala something something. I mean, it's got no vowels, so it must be.
Yeah, it's got a lot of consonants.
Bryn Mawr, that's got to be Welsh too.
Yeah, they sound pretty Welsh.
So
like, Gaelic.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you where anything was specifically. I just know the wedding was in the middle of nowhere, or the reception was in. All right.
They're really saying if you're finding, can we do shots with him? He's just ready to go. Like, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's not a big drinker either. It was mostly everybody else. Okay. Like he wasn't partying. He got married and then like took off, leaving me to fend off the drunken groomsmen.
I feel like that's the only way you get through your wedding, though, right? It's like you're too reliable otherwise. You got to like set a boundary. Like, I'm not going to be useful. I'm going to be having a good time. It's my day. See you later.
Yeah. All right, we're still cooking in the oven, huh?
Oh.
They're really doing that lonely squirrel.
Yeah. If I was married, I was also.
I mean, so actually, hang on. As long as we're on Google Earth, I'll show you where I got married. I got married smart. I was smart when I got married. I got my buddy ordained online, and he did the ceremony at the track on top of the hill. All right, hang on. Let me spot it here.
To zoom in on Vegas. I was like,
oh, there it is, right here. This one. I got married right here on this little track at the top of the hill. So this is the Defense Language Institute in Monterey, California. If you've ever been there, very nice, very cool. It's crazy. You can see where the border is, right? Like where all the houses are up against the fence.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And it actually extends over the top of the hill. You can see this is like Pacific Grove over here. They're right up on the edge of the base. Rilip got married in jail. Smart.
Ooh. Now that's a story.
Well, no, it's just the justice of the peace was in the jail, so
I see.
That's where you go. Yeah, the hardest part of getting married is to drive all the way to Salinas to get a marriage certificate or marriage license, whatever. So to drive there, get the license, drive back, get married, go back, turn it in, come back, and then go back again to get the actual license so that I could prove that I was married. Which was the most important part. Oh, the music stopped. What the heck? We went through all the music, guys. Oh no, it's just as asking if I'm still watching. Screw you, YouTube. Of course I'm still watching. I'm still here. Here's where possibly an alien lived for a while.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, Vulcan Rider got married in San Luis Obispo. That's more south, right? I'm not up to date on my California
my
city
West Coast
geography.
terrible.
Wait, let's go to the UK. That'll be fun.
Hey.
Yippee! We'll go to my favorite place in the world, Cornwall.
Yeah, Cornwall's great. That's where I go on holiday.
Really?
Yeah. Cornwall's like it's really, really pleasant. And it's kind of like surfery, very chill.
Oh, like the California of the UK.
Yeah, it like literally is. And then it sort of starts from like Bristol, and anything west of that is it just gets more and more chill. Although, like all places, it's the coast that's the more.
All right, so why don't you tell us exactly where you live so we can all come
just
visit?
Just keep zooming.
We'll go to Croydon.
Croydon, yeah.
That's where you live, right?
The
right
suburb
here.
of London. Yeah.
Right here in this giant tower. In this one right here. There we go.
Yeah,
I like that they have it 3D. That's really cool.
Yeah. But you can head down to Brighton. That's my
From Soho down to Brighton.
Go all the way down.
That's the Pinball Wizard song, right?
Yep. Yeah. That's where the mods were. So slightly, you get a little bit closer.
I think I missed Brighton.
I think it's slightly below where you are now. It's directly below. There you go. See it on the bottom in the middle?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So that's where
Brighton.
That's where my best years.
I think this is where Ash was saying they lived. It was not Brighton.
Oh, really?
It was like, one of these seaside towns. They said they lived.
Yeah, Brighton's one of the more famous ones. People call it London by Sea because you can get like a train down from London.
As opposed to Shoreham by Sea.
Yep. Yeah, no, Shoreham is more close to where I actually lived because, of course, Brighton's like anyway, you can't actually afford to live there. You have to live next to it. And then
Yeah.
That's the UK in a nutshell. No one actually lives in London. Everyone lives around London because you can see the M25, which is the ring. For London.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't it unfinished? Or am I thinking of a different one?
I'm not sure. I guess, yeah, I mean, it's probably one of those ones that's never, like, there's always some work going on somewhere. But, yeah, like I said, London is just such a hub of the country. I mean, you can see it there, like, how...
It's enormous, yeah.
Yeah.
And like how urbanized, and then you just go beyond that, and it's just green.
Yeah, and then
that's incredible.
You can see Birmingham. That's like where most people consider the north-south divide. Like
really?
Birmingham is the middle ground. Yeah, which is
that's not
funny,
even that
right?
far.
Yeah, exactly. And then Oxford and Cambridge are kind of to the right of that.
What about Scunthorpe? Like that one?
Yeah, not a well-loved place, but this is actually where I'm looking to move. See Leeds there. It's a really nice place. And,
Wait,
Manchester's really nice.
There's Leeds. Kind of okay. Isn't very Leeds like gross?
It's like all these places. It's like up and coming sort of thing because there's parts of London
of course.
That's been really, really gross and are now kind of nice. But
you should move to
Aberdeen.
No, maybe.
I see Edinburgh there. I found a really nice house on the road out of Edinburgh, like on this coast, and you literally looked out across everything, and it was like the most dilapidated house. And I was like, "How can I make this work? Can I get Twitch? Can I get a Starlink satellite to do it?" Because I was.
You gotta have that fiber connection to get the Twitch money to be able to fix it up, right?
Exactly, yeah. But no, I'd love to live in Scotland. I think me and my partner just worry about the weather up there.
I can't imagine it's that bad. I mean, there's big cities up here.
It's pretty different.
Oh, is it?
Southern England. Yeah, Brighton, for example, has enough hills that it has like a little mini ecosystem to itself, whereas north is very cold.
I want to live in Carrickfergus. That sounds fun.
What's the Vulcan saying? Is it true that in order to get your taxi license, you have to prove that you know every street and road in London? I don't know if that's still the case. They call that the knowledge, right? If you're a cab driver in London, you have to have the knowledge, which is every single road and name.
I mean, where do they cut? Where's the cutoff for London in that case?
I guess the M25, or at least
there's no way.
The North Orbital, what's it called? I can't remember now. There's a ring road slightly further in. Maybe that's. Because that's where like the congestion charge and all of that stuff starts to.
All right. London is so like, it looks very much like somebody threw spaghetti and they just kind of let it sit. Where is your university? Let's take a look.
So you remember we were talking about the O2? It's that white dot on the right, on the kind of peninsula of the. That's it. My university is literally the building off
Ravensbourne
University. That's it. That's where I went to uni.
Neat. Oh wow, the O2 is huge. What the heck?
Yeah, I think it got damaged during the storm, so a bit of it ripped off on one side recently. I don't know if they fixed that yet.
Well, this looks like a big hole in it. I think that's probably intentional, though.
Yeah, that's where the heat comes out.
Oh, they gotta let. Yeah, there's so many people in there. They gotta let the heat out.
Really, it's been there. There you go.
Oh, what did you see when you were there? You go see the Backstreet Boys? That's what I would go.
Yeah, the cool thing was our first floor used to look over the crowds going into the Brit Awards. So I've seen people like Taylor Swift just strolling down the red carpet there while, you know, in a uni lecture and stuff, or at least coming to the end of the day.
All right. This is not where I live, but it is the biggest city in Minnesota. Oh, we could show, let me see if I can find the Mall of America. That's in Bloomington. Where in Bloomington is the Mall of America? I feel like I would just notice it, but maybe I would not. The heck would it look like? Guys, do you know where the Mall of America is? What is this?
For a big building. Oh.
I think this is it. Hang on.
That looks like a stadium. Damn. That's a mall?
I don't know. I feel like it should be. It hasn't said. Like it's very close to the airport, so I think this might be it, but it doesn't say on the map. Guess we could search.
Texas in. That's it, I guess.
Okay, yeah, there it is. Found it. I was right on top of it. Yeah, so this is a big indoor mall. The center portion is actually a theme park. Like they have roller coasters and stuff.
Is this where like the Dead Rising games and stuff are based? Like
no,
it's like basically a.
Those are Dead Rising is set in Wyoming, and then the second or third one is set in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got this big Macy's here. This is the parking garage. You've got, this is like a JCPenney or something. No, it's a Nordstrom. So you have these big anchor stores on the end. You have some hotels, and it has a subway connection to the airport, so you can actually stay here. So
the hotels are really for the airport, right? They're not, people aren't staying to shop for days.
Yeah, not to shop typically, but it's definitely a tourist destination. Like you can come and ride the rides and walk around.
Yeah, but it's a day, right? You're not going like, oh, I got it. It's like Disney World, right? You're not staying for 4 days to make the most of it, sort of thing.
Well, I mean, I guess you could stay here and then take the train into the city too.
Yeah, okay.
But
no, I was worried people were staying there for like 2 days.
I don't want to say never say never, but yeah,
yeah,
probably more so. There's LL Bean. It's a big LL Bean here.
Okay.
So yeah, so you got these big parking garages on the sides. You got the big anchor stores, and then in the middle, I wish we could go inside because it's really cool. Maybe we can.
Is there any of those little like pin things?
Let me see here.
I'm sure we could Google some images as well.
If we could just walk around the Mall of America. Virtual tour.
I can't quite get scale from it. Like I can see the road and kind of, but even the road's probably twice the size of a British road. So
okay, well, so I guess if you go by the cars.
Yeah.
So here's like a pickup truck.
Yeah.
So these roads this is 3 lanes wide.
Yeah.
Because you've got a lot of traffic here during the day.
Yeah.
Like you've got the parking garages. A lot of people come here.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, because
it's our thing done. It's still going.
I feel like the biggest shopping mall near me is like going to be just the biggest, the parking garage there.
Okay, so here's the inside. Oh, baby.
Oh.
Let's go inside. How do we go in?
Times Square?
Yeah. Basically, right?
Yeah.
Have you been to New York?
Yeah. I've been just once for a couple of days. Yeah.
What did you do? Did you do anything fun?
I did Rockefeller. Trying to think what else I did. I was Statue of Liberty. That's probably where I had the sloppy joes or whatever it was. I think it was at the Statue of Liberty.
All right, so here we are. You walk in. You go to the directory.
We've got some NFL teams.
Yep, we got the football.
I can name 2.
We got the Bengals, I think, or the Panthers. That's the Panthers. Why did I say the Bengals? The Falcons, the Saints, the Buccaneers, the 49ers.
I can name 49ers, yeah.
But the Tennessee Titans, the Patriots, the Jets,
yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys, maybe. Yeah, let's not embarrass myself anymore. All right, so you walk in. Is this the Geico caveman? Hang on. Oh, they won't let me move. I have to click. Okay, so this is the giant theme park. So this is inside the mall.
Yeah, see, this looks like something in Dead Rising. This is what I was thinking of.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's sort of based on that.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so this is Nickelodeon Universe. It used to be Camp Snoopy. So it's all Nickelodeon theme. You got SpongeBob. What else? You got the is that a Hard Rock Cafe?
Yeah, it looks like it.
You've got this roller coaster here. I want to say there's 3 roller coasters. So you've got the orange one. You've got this green one, and then you have... Oh, that's not a roller coaster. That's just like a little loopy thing. Here it is. This is the rock bottom coaster. I made Emmykins go on some of these rides, and she freaked out.
But they like super small because the rails look like half the scale of it. It can't be. Like
yeah, they're not like full-size roller coasters. I mean, the Bikini Bottom, the rock bottom one is pretty good size.
This one is pretty legit.
So
how loud is it in there? Because I can just hear.
It's not that bad.
Okay.
Like it's big enough inside that the sound doesn't like echo that much.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a Dora the Explorer Ferris wheel situation. Yeah, this is probably the most hardcore of the coasters.
Sure.
And that's true. Emmykins didn't like the log ride. See if we can walk over
log
there.
rides are a bit scary. They feel a little bit more crazy than some of the others.
Brain Surge. What the heck is this based on? Is there some sort of brain-themed cartoon that I don't know about?
I think it's SpongeBob. I think if you look on the top of it, there's a SpongeBob.
No, that's way in the back.
That might just be the pillar. Yeah, okay.
That's a pillar that's way in the back. This looks like some kind of characters. I don't know. I'm just so far out of Nickelodeon. So we have Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm not sure where this goes. Oh, this goes up to this coaster, I think.
I thought it was a little place to sit and meditate. You just chill there.
Yeah, you
take
just
a break.
You take a picture. It's great. Everybody loves it. And then you have this orange one, which is just pretty much a kiddie coaster.
Oh, it used to be Jimmy Neutron. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Pax Dragoon will know more than me because he goes here all the time. All right, what's next? Walkway. Oh, here's so I want to say the mall has like 4 stories. So this is a walkway that kind of gives you an overview of the park. Also, I'm pretty sure that the Mall of America is bigger than the town that I live in. No, that's not true. It's not that big.
I really just want to see like this.
Oh, there's the Lego store.
Oh.
Yeah. It's kind of like a mini Legoland.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Alvin and the Chipmunks. No, that's not right. Hang on. No, I don't think that's Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's Paw Patrol. Okay.
Yeah,
that makes more sense. Yeah. Central Parkway. All right, here we are. Just walking around.
I didn't know Zara was in the. I always thought Zara was like a European thing.
I mean, this mall has everything, so it's probably not anywhere else. Ooh, what is this? Chat time. No.
Is that like
Cha time. I think it's tea.
Okay.
Cha time? Is that a type of tea? Chai time would make more sense.
Yeah. Or is it like, it's not bubble tea, is it? 'Cause I can't think what that's
boba
called.
tea.
Yeah, boba.
I don't know. I feel like it would have boba in there. What else we got here? We have Kiehl's Finest Apothecary Skincare. Ooh.
Okay.
What else do we got? We got K Jewelers. The finest jewels that the discount store can provide. All right, Victoria's Secret down the way there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see, like we're on the first floor, second floor, third floor. West Hall. I don't even know where we are inside the mall at this point.
Damn, there's like a lot of ceiling up there.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Like, it's worth visiting once. I mean, I like coming here just because I like malls and I think they're cool.
Yeah.
But I can see why it's like kind of lame.
I did Macy's in New York just to kind of walk inside and be like, yep, that's pretty crazy.
They got cookies. Oh, here's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ride that's been closed forever. It was closed every time I went. The Body Shop.
Yeah, it's weird how many brands, like, Body Shop, super common in the UK.
Okay, this is the food court.
Yeah.
So do you guys call it a food court?
No, we don't. We do have like areas like that where you get food, but it's not like as big a thing. Because the thing with food courts, right, is that you can kind of sit. You go like one place and then you kind of sit in a central place. There's not as much of that. They're happening more often. Like some of the newer shopping centers have them, but when I went to Canada, we did one of these like big things, and I was always like, yeah, it's you just don't get them as much in the UK.
Yeah, so that basically every mall is going to have a food court in the US. So you have all the different restaurants, and then the seating area is separate from any individual restaurant.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's definitely like there's loads of seats, but they're kind of like ringed off like an airport. You know, you kind of can see like, oh, that's the McDonald's seating. That's the
All right.
Ooh, Japanese food.
Ooh, wait a minute. They got sushi. All right, I'm going to the Mall of America this weekend. Cancel the stream. We're going to the Mall of America. Oh, they got steak.
We're going on the road, folks.
They got steak. They got a Sbarro. Only the finest Italian food.
So you're just chilling here? Is there like a roller coaster going past and everything while I'm just sat eating my burger or whatever?
It's over there a little more, but you can watch it.
Yeah.
This is so this is up on the 3rd story, I believe, because this is the 2nd, and then down one more is the main floor.
Vulcan doesn't know what he hates more, malls or theme
I
parks.
love malls and I love theme parks. Like, I think they're great.
I like theme parks and malls for like the engineering behind it. I'm
yeah,
not sure
exactly. It's really cool how they managed to do all that.
Yeah.
I like infrastructure. I just find it fascinating. Definitely. Like big highways and off ramps and viaducts and all that.
Yeah.
The rotunda. And we should have started with this. This is a great. This is hardly a finisher. I'm gonna be all amped up. This must have been. It can't be too old. It's got Christmas stuff. Yeah. Oh, this could be from a couple years ago, honestly. You get an annual pass. It's only $150.
Wait, hang on. What was the pass for? The rides or?
Yeah. So the way that it works is you can get like a day pass, which I want to say is unlimited rides, or you can buy like a couple of tickets, and that'll like get you onto the rides until you run out of tickets. And then I guess the annual pass is probably going to be unlimited rides whenever, all year round.
So those rides can't last very long. Like how much is a ticket to this kind of thing?
Oh, it's snowing. I don't know the exact prices. It's maybe like $1 or $2 per ride.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That makes sense.
But it's abstracted, right? Like you buy the tickets and then you pay the tickets and then that's it.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the Mall of America. We didn't get a very good tour. I was hoping that we could just kind of walk around because it's huge. There's so many stores. There's 3 levels of stores. It's got the big theme park in the middle, the anchor stores, of course. Here's the airport. This is actually,
that's cool.
I've been to this airport a lot. It's pretty nice. What else we got? I guess that's really it. Then you have downtown. This is actually really small for a city in the US.
Yeah, I was going to say it doesn't sprawl as much, right?
No, well, it sprawls a lot. It's very low density.
Yeah.
So like the suburbs go out basically this far.
Yeah.
It's huge. Well, I don't know how they consider it because you've got like all the suburbs like Bloomington, Eden Prairie, Shakopee, Apple Valley.
Yeah.
So it's very sprawly and the downtown is very small. So here's the whole downtown. This is the new stadium.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's that? It looks like a giant movie theater.
US Bank Stadium.
Okay.
So this is where the Vikings play, I think. Pax Dragoon would know. He's a huge Vikings fan.
That walkway. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my, that junction there.
That's true. The oh, this?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little silly. You
Do
better
those
know
go
where you're
into,
going.
like, yeah, see those off ramps? They go straight into like downtown avenue kind of thing. Yeah, that is mad.
Like this would be an off ramp. You'd get off here and then you drive right into downtown.
And what's the speed limit on like a highway? Is it like 60?
Oh,
70?
downtown, it's probably, I want to say it's like 65 miles per hour, but
then
nobody goes that slow.
Right. Okay. But then once you're into the actual roads, like there, right, like the grid
Between like 20 and 35, depending on what kind of street it is.
Okay.
Let's see. What can we find here? I haven't actually been up to this. Let's find a city that I've been to more. I haven't been to a lot of cities actually. I guess we could check out New York while we're here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
I was in Canada. Yeah, New York is great. If you guys haven't been to New York City, I highly recommend it. At least visiting at least once.
Yeah.
What do we got? We got the Freedom Tower. I haven't been to that one.
No, I haven't been to New York since the Freedom Tower's been up.
We go, like, downtown is so cool. Like, there's so many buildings, but even Midtown has a lot of buildings too.
Yeah,
the Empire State Building,
Billionaires Row thing, right, with the giant like skinny skyscrapers.
Oh, those are so ugly.
Yeah, but they're like
so
crazy,
gross.
the engineering.
Yeah, like look at how
Also
skinny
mainly
it
empty,
is.
right? Yeah, that one. That's the one that everyone hates on the left there, isn't it?
Oh,
Like,
the like
building.
something Fifth Avenue or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then Central Park.
I stayed right on the edge of the park, obviously like facing away from it, right? Because no one can afford to get a view of the park.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it was definitely it's such a weird experience because I didn't realize Central Park isn't like just a quaint park. It's like
no, it's
boulders,
massive.
There's like but like as in the terrain there is it feels very
yeah. It's basically like they left the wilderness from when the city was built.
Yeah, because I think it like we've got like Hyde Park and stuff in London that giant, but they are just like a flat green, right, with trees and maybe a forest
yeah,
in it.
like this basically. This would be a park.
But parts of Central Park are like giant rocks, you know, like, and then there's a reservoir and stuff. It's crazy.
It's true, yeah. We got Broadway coming down here.
Yeah.
Just the big diagonal one.
Yeah.
And then Times Square is like right here.
Join, isn't it? Yeah.
So this is Father Duffy Square. Oh no, this is Times Square. Yeah. Father Duffy Square is the section of Times Square with statues. Ah. So yeah. This is it, where Broadway hits whatever avenue. I don't know. When we went to New York City a couple of times, I saw Wicked, we saw Jersey Boys, and then we went back and we saw Jersey Boys again for some reason.
Yeah, you gotta do it. Yeah, I've never done the music. I recently saw Hamilton, but that was about it.
In London?
Yeah.
Nice.
I had tickets for 2020, and then 2022. They finally came around.
Hooray!
By that point, I was kind of past it. I was like, yeah, I've kind of heard everything about it.
All right, Rilip says they are 6 hours northwest of there, so we're gonna head into upstate New York and see if we can find where they live.
We're gonna find you in Connecticut.
All right, 6.5 hours. We're at the Canadian border. So let's see. You're in Watertown, right? This is where I was in the army. I was stationed here at Fort Drum.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like, there's the Canadian border right there.
Mm-hmm.
This is to deter any potential Canadian land invasions. They come across the bridge and then we're right there ready for them. Wait, you live in Watertown, Rilip? That's nuts, if that's true. 10th Mountain, yeah, that's right, Vulcan Runner. Wow, that's amazing. I lived, let's see, where did I live? See if the building is still there. I have to...
He's giving you a street and everything. Really, don't share so much information.
On Luray Street. You're not in the army, are you, Rilip? Did we talk about this? Luray Street. That's one of these ones going out. I don't, it's not telling me. But let me see if I can find where I lived, because it was like right around here somewhere. They might have torn it down.
Wow, the buildings there are very varied.
You are not, okay. But you know about Fort Drum, of course. Like, you can't live here and not be aware of it.
What's the population of somewhere like that? Because that's again the scale
Of
is
Watertown?
Really hard to get.
We can actually just
Yeah.
look. More info, please. I guess we're going to Wikipedia. Population.
I was
20,
told that
around 25,000.
Okay, yeah. I was told that every American, you go into the town on the outside, they put up the sign with the exact number of people that live there.
Something like that.
I saw it
yeah.
in the movies. Yeah.
I mean, they do that. It's just, they got to update it every so often.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Because I like where I live at the moment, there's like 3,000 people, and it's quite a busy like.
So Rilip lives somewhere around here, I think. If this is Luray Street.
Crazy.
Because I remember there was this like horrible intersection that I had to drive through. It was like a 5-way intersection. Maybe it was, I don't think it was that one, but it was kind of like that.
He's giving you the exact house.
It's the house with the pool on the right. There's a couple houses with this one. That house has a. How can you have a pool in upstate New York? Do you have to drain it?
Yeah, there are not many, are there? There are only a couple I can see.
You got a boat? Oh, that's crazy. Small world. Like, it would make sense if somebody in the stream was like, oh yeah, I live in New York City.
Yeah.
Because like ton of people live in New York City.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Hang on. Let me see if I can find a pool. I mean, we got this one. Is it this one?
Yeah. So it's a reasonable pool.
You have to drain some of it, not the whole thing. Yeah, that makes sense. When the last time I had a pool was when I lived in California, and obviously it didn't freeze. It snowed one time and it didn't stick. Here's another one. I don't know if that's a pool or like a pond. I think it must be a pool. The buildings are all kind of mushy. It's on the other side? Okay. Well, I won't look too hard. I still want to find where I lived. It's like it's bumming me out. Because we lived on, I want to say we lived on this side of the river. But okay, I do remember that we lived next to a gas station or something. Oh, I think it was this building right here. No, this one right here. So I lived on the 3rd floor of this little apartment building. They had to park back here. It was a huge pain in the butt in the winter. Yeah, we'll keep your secret. Don't worry. We'll, yeah, I don't think we can zoom in too much. It's all very mushy. Isn't this the information that they use for Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, as we were traveling up, I was flying around my Flight Simulator from New York. I was like, I've probably flown over this.
Where were you going? Toronto?
Yeah, I think I did Niagara and then sort of came around because I know Michigan because that's where I used to live.
That's right, yeah.
In what was the name? Franklin, I think, in Michigan.
Here is Niagara Falls. Here it is.
Also, the Toronto airport's really fun to land at.
Is it? We can go check that out in a second.
There it is.
Yep, went to Niagara Falls a couple of times. They actually
really
used
impressive
OpenStreetMap, which is a...
Yeah.
That's like an open source one?
Yeah.
So I went to Niagara Falls in February.
Oh, okay.
Which was very cold. That is the off season.
And did you do the US bit or did you go across?
The US bit, yeah. I didn't have a passport because I was too lazy to get it.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Set up to Toronto here. There it is. Toronto Airport. Where is that? There it is. Oh, that's
that's
almost
the other one.
Oh, this is okay. Not the Pearson one.
Yeah.
This one down here. This isn't an airport.
That's it. Yeah. No,
oh, there. It's a little one.
On the left. Yeah.
Little fella airport here.
Yeah.
How the heck do you get back to town? There's no roads.
I guess it's maybe I don't even know.
Is there a tunnel?
Yeah, there looks
Billy
like,
Bishop.
But because basically I was staying on a hotel that looked out over the Western here, and you watch the planes coming in and out. But because this is when I met Chris Hadfield, the astronaut, and he flew his plane in, like as in he flew one of the little ones out here, and yeah, basically shared the job of flying it.
Where's the CN Tower? Oh, there it is. It's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty clear. Yeah, like I mentioned the other day, we watched Turning Red, which takes place in Toronto.
Oh, cool.
Like 20 years ago. So,
it's cool.
You know, there were shots of the CN Tower. They went to this stadium. I think it was this one, because there was like a big concert at the end. That's besides the point.
Yeah, I was trying to remember because we did like a tour and they told us which one's which, because there's like the Raptors, is it? It's the basketball team.
Probably.
Yeah.
They only start. Yeah. So this was. Yeah. So I would have had a passport to go across, but I didn't have one because I'm too lazy. You gotta like go and do all kinds of paperwork, and I'm like, which is funny because. Like I lived in upstate New York, and then I live in Minnesota, which is, well, I'd have to drive all the way up north, and there's not really much to see in this part of Canada, unfortunately. I mean, nobody's itching to go to Winnipeg. Quick, Rush fans, what is the airport code for Toronto Pearson Airport? All right, Rush fans, let's hear them. All right, I don't think we're gonna get this art, unfortunately.
Salvador Dali just now.
I'll leave it running as long as I can, but I don't think we're gonna get it.
Put that on the Discord if it pops up.
2112. No, it's yeah, that's probably right. All right, guys, I think we gotta let Urban get some sleep. It's like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, it's half 2.
Oh, well, that's not too bad. Oh, we can go a couple more hours here. Well, I got to get some sleep anyway.
Yeah.
So, everybody, thank you for coming out.
Yeah.
You guys have been great. The 2112 is probably right. That's what I was saying. Oh, it's YYZ. All right, fair enough.
We all learned something.
So, thanks everybody for coming out. I don't know. You guys are big Urban fans at least, so you managed to make it all the way out here to my little backwoods stream.
Yeah, thanks for having me on as well.
I would say we could raid EJ, but he's too big, so I guess we'll go bother Gandalf. So everybody, I will see you tomorrow for Distant Worlds again. I'm going to put that together. And otherwise, I guess if Urban, are you streaming tomorrow morning?
Yeah, 2 p.m.
Okay.
UK time.
So everybody tune in for Urban stream tomorrow. You guys are already here. You know him. So I'll see you there. And have a great rest of your night. Enjoy Gandalf's stream. He's playing Faster Than Light. And that's all I have to say. So here we go.
See you later, guys.